Greetings. We are live now. Should be going. We'll wait out here a little while. See. Make sure it shows up. Oh, look at that. Looks like we're going. Oh, I should probably turn down the volume over here. Cool. Great. Alright, so we got a bunch of people here, actually. I noticed a bunch of you were talking in the chat beforehand, so I'm aware that you guys are here. So yeah, we'll get started soon. Just want to, monitor things. Because last time I tried to do a live stream was a few days ago. Turned out disastrous. This one's going to be going a lot differently because I'm organizing it in a very different way. This one's not a stream on my computer. This is a stream of real life. I'm not trying to, capture my computer screen and then live stream that. That's not how it's going to go today. Okay. Looks like things are going by pretty well. So, you're 10 minutes late. I know. I had to get all the lights organized. Look at this. Ready? Okay. You want to see what I did? They're lights. Okay. I had to make sure the lights are in the right spot. Oh, that's not light. That's dark. That is very dark. That's the light. Also, those lights. There's a light boy over there, light boy here. Just got to make sure the whole scene is brightly lit for you guys, because I know you guys deserve the most. Okay, so I do have an idea for what I want to make today. I know, well, I'm making a Screenlink clip for JOAS, but I know kind of what I'm going to do for the Screenlink clip too. As you can see here, I've got some stuff already. I've got a launcher, which is going to go with this. The idea here, it launches the cup all the way around. There's going to be a ball in the cup. It launches the cup all the way around like this. That's not it, though. That's not the main idea. I have another idea that kind of involves a connects chain that I kind of want to do. And we'll see how it goes. I don't know how well it'll actually work. And I have proof that it might work. Yeah, okay. I have proof that it might work because I've seen videos of it working in different, not as a machine trick, but as a property of physics, I guess, if you will. I'm trying to replicate some things I've seen online, and I'm going to try to do it. I don't know whether it'll work properly, or if not properly, I don't know whether it'll work in a way that I can sort of modify from there into something different. But we'll see how it goes. The idea is basically, let's see if I can make this a little shorter. So, the idea is if you have something dangling like this, and then you run your finger along like this really fast, what it'll actually do is it'll wrap around down here. And now, you can do this and it wraps around sort of like that. If you do it with actual string, or yeah, here's some string. So if you do it with actual string, this might not be the best string. No, it's not the best string. I'm gonna get some lighter string. This one's really long. Yeah. So if you do it with some string, what you can do is it'll actually wrap around your finger many times. And you can sort of get a whole swivel thing going here if you do it right. Nope. Alright, hold on. We can do it. This made it look really stupid, and I know that. Anyway, it's really dumb. It looks dumb. It's gonna work though. I have a way for it to work. And if not, I have another option. I have another choice for what I can do, which is just to have it really just fling over the top. So if you do this, it'll launch over like that. So what I might do is just have a way to catch it. So if I have something go really fast like this, and then this end kind of goes over, I'm not sure yet. See how it sort of launches back? I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so I probably won't need this. So I'm trying to decide where I want to start, really. because I know I kind of have this idea, which is partly something I discovered when I made the last clip, and I kind of wanted to use it in this clip because I had an idea for it. And there's also another thing that I might end up using too if this doesn't really work out. I have another idea for like a connection sort of idea that I might use. But we'll see how it goes. Let's get the chair back in here. I want to make a structure first of all. Oh. Yeah. The drop the mug and the string wraps around the handle. Yeah, so something like that. I've also seen one where, a little bit more extreme than that, where a guy's actually like, he's got a weight over here, there's like a rod that sticks out here, and then he's hanging from a string, right? So as he's falling down, the weight's going down like this, but also it's wrapping around the rod. It's like, it's supposed to be like a really dangerous stunt this guy does, but it works perfectly because it wraps around and then catches him before he hits the ground. It's pretty neat, and that's sort of the principle that I wanted to replicate. And there are many ways to do it. There's a lot of different ways that I can do. So like first of all, it could just be the wrapping mechanism here. It could be the launching mechanism where it goes over and then sort of catches on here. I could also do one where it's like here, and then I drop this. This is weighted, and then this end sort of wraps around somehow. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. All right. So I probably have to make a structure for this first. And obviously, hold on. And obviously, if you guys have questions about anything else other than this clip, other than JOAS, other than anything that I'm currently doing, go ahead and ask, because I can turn this into a Q&A at any moment, and I'm glad to do that. Okay. So I'm probably going to have to make a structure for this first, and I'm thinking that it might need to be around this high. I'm thinking of using these little black rods here. These. And use these as rails. Oh, total clips in the full video. I'm going for 10. That's going to be the goal. The idea being that every single clip in it is based on a suggestion from a viewer. And it's not like 11 Inventions where the entire video is based on that one suggestion, but each individual clip is based on a different suggestion. So there's 10 suggestions in one video, in one for each clip. And this one, I don't really know which clip or which suggestion this one's going to be based on yet. I'm thinking maybe, actually I don't know. I had another idea for a different one that I had that I wanted to do, but this one might not be the one that I'm thinking of. We'll have to see. Because also the way this series works is it gives me the flexibility to sort of just be like, I'm going to make whatever I want, and then sort of at the very last minute decide which comment that it fits with. Or sort of while I'm making the connections, I'll be like, oh, I can just sort of squeeze in the requirements for that comment in the connections rather than the main idea. So that's really nice for me because I can just basically make anything that I want to make, and I don't have to necessarily base the entire thing on a suggestion. I can sort of go about my own business and like do whatever I want, and then at the very last minute sort of add that in at the last second. So if you see a lot of clips in the main video that are like, the requirement for the comment is sort of like the secondary motion of it, that's kind of why. But I like this way better because now I can kind of, I have a community-based series, I have a Screenlink series that I've never had before, and I can, at the same time, I can basically make anything I want to make and still feel like I'm filling the requirements for the comment. So, anyway, let's see, we've got some more comments though. Alright, yeah, okay. Hello everyone. We got Taikamuna here, Domino Rakintaja, Sepet. Wow, we got a lot of pretty good people here. So here's the idea. With the black rails here, the rails, I'm probably going to have like some sort of like not Lego, connect device that sort of slides along this way, probably get pulled by a string. That's going to be what goes really fast, and that's what yanks the chain and sort of does this sort of idea, where it like actually goes over and shoots that way. It's going to have to go really fast though, and I have to figure out sort of how that's going to work. Okay. So probably this is going to have to start here. And the other idea is obviously the chain interacts with gears. So if I have it, and it turns out to be really, really accurate, I can actually make it like mesh with the gears. So like if I have it launch over and then wrap around the gear somehow, that would be really cool. I don't know if that'll be possible though, because otherwise I could just make it sort of rest in a certain place. So this would be like here, underneath. This comes along here, launches it over, and then sort of catches it maybe with a magnet. Then I can just sort of have a ball roll down. If it's magnetized at both ends, or attached at both ends, then I could just sort of use this like a slope of some kind and have a ball roll down. But for now, I'm going to just start with the structure itself to hold this end, because this is going to be the main challenge, I think. And if I want to go and try with a gear, so have it kind of wrap around the gear on both ends, that's going to be challenging. Well, I just had an idea. So if this end is longer, if this end has more chain links on it, where did I put them? Where did I put the other chain links? Oh, duh. Okay. So if this end has more chain links on it, right? What I can do is, instead of having this be at the very end, I can still have some extra left over down here. This end launches up this way, wraps around a gear, and then it gets pulled down, and then both gears are going to go at the same time. So now you have some extra slack on this end, and what I can do is maybe have some kind of piece on here that will actually carry a ball up, maybe, if it's short enough. So what's wrapping around the chain? I still haven't figured that part out yet. You mean like the part that gets yanked out this way? I don't know yet. I think it's just going to be a rod. I'm probably just going to have, you know, a yellow rod attached at both ends here, sort of go and slide this way really fast. That's one idea. But what's actually going to be holding the gears or holding the chain in place? I'm thinking gears actually, and that's going to be really tough to do, to make it accurate, to make the launch actually accurate enough. And not using this, not yet, not yet at least. That's going to be for a connection, potentially. But yeah, let's start with actually just making the structure itself. So let's go turn everything this way a little bit so we can see what I'm doing over here. So I'm going to start with the gears. Probably make something to hold the gears, and they have to be like this, a certain distance apart, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I forget what the distance is exactly. I think it might be, what is, oh, this gear has weird glue inside. Hold on. Okay, it's just a rod, never mind. So I think it's 2 gray spacers. It's either that or 1 gray, 1 blue. Let's try this. So proper spacing for a chain, yes, 1 gray, 1 blue. Or if I want to be actually, if I want to do the right way, it's 2 of the little gray pieces with pins, or little tan pieces with pins. So these go on the inside. Okay, so now I've got the spacing. Now we just got to come up with a way to hold it on both ends. Oh, okay. Good luck in this awesome machine. Thank you. Would it be cool if the structure holding the chain were to move instead of... Oh, okay. Oh, would it be cool if the structure holding the chain were to move instead of the object wrapping around the chain? Oh! How would that work, though? Let's see. That would be a totally different trick. It might look cool in its own way, but it's a little different than what I was thinking. I might see if that is another alternate option, though. if what I'm doing doesn't actually work out, which is possible, let's face it. I'm trying to do something that's, well, obviously never been done before, but also it's pretty insane even in a controlled environment. Like, just trying to do it in the most simplest way possible is still pretty insane. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to have some room on both sides, I think. Yeah, that looks good. That looks right. Oh, these are going to have to also rotate. So I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do that. But I can do this. Alright, so how high do I want this? Probably red rod, I think. So, for those of you who use Connects on a frequent basis, I've come up with a new way to make a nice little structure that you might be interested in hearing about. So, I'm going to show you how to do it. Basically, instead of structuring things around the distance between a rod with the connectors on both ends, so instead of structuring it around this distance from here to here, structure it around this distance from here to here. So that makes things a little bit more secure. And I'll show you what I mean. So, what I've done here is essentially put two pieces here going down from the ends of the rods, not from this point where they stick out. That's not the right point. So, if I were to replace this with a red one, it's easier to show what I mean. So I'm not doing this, right? I'm not making a structure like this with a connector here. I'm doing it like this with a connector here. And this is the width that I'm going for. And what that allows me to do is make a certain kind of structure with fewer pieces, first of all, but also a little bit more sturdy. So if I do this, I'm only going to use these, and I'll show you why in a sec. And the other big problem with structures is that they tend to get out of hand pretty quickly. Especially if you make a giant box out of them, or you make the triangle things. And that's the other thing. So if you make a structure like this with a base that's a triangle, this part ends up being really big and sort of unrealistically large. What I would rather do is cut that in half. So, a yellow piece, green, yellow, and then two blues, one here, well, we gotta put this on first, one here, and one here, and then another yellow one to finish off the base. So there's your base. That's going to be your base. And these have to be yellow, and I'll show you why in a sec. We'll do that on the other side as well. Mirror it. So now you've got these on both sides, right? And here's your basic structure, although you've got a problem here, as you can tell. So, what we're going to do, and since we did this where these are in the right spots, they're inside the width of the yellow rod, what you can do is match it exactly by doing this. You've got the extra connection points here, and that's the exact same width. So that's why we did it up here with these inside and not at the ends. So that's super helpful. Also, because we're cutting basically the width in half, so we don't have these rods sticking down around here and making just a really big annoying structure. It also looks a little nicer. I think it looks more compact and nicer this way. So let's see. All right. So we've got our structure here. This might be too big. It might not be. I still don't know, and we can change it if we have to. So I also should plug in my glue. Alright, so here's the thing. We've got a lot of extra chain down here. And we're starting out here. No, starting here. Then you have one that kind of goes, what did I do wrong? Okay, so we start here. this is going to be our endpoint. We want extra down here. Then this, okay, yeah. So this goes this way. Yeah. Cool. So now this is here. This launches that way. Catches on here. Or something. This is insane. Okay, so the other thing is maybe this is too tall. So what I'm going to have to do is make a structure that's this tall that launches it over. Maybe that'll work. Okay, well that's the other thing. Yeah, it's going to have to go diagonally. Oh, yikes. Okay, well... Oh, you're right, guys. Sorry, I didn't move it over. Thanks, Joel. I'm stupid. Alright, I've been talking over here for who knows how long. Anyway, sorry about that. The point is, I have to figure out how to make this actually launch over in the proper way. What I'm thinking is going to have to go across this way, right, to launch it over. Now, we got new people here. Cool. Anyway, it's going to have to go like this, really fast to launch it over. But this is not high enough. That's going to be really tough to make off the ground more. So, although I went through this whole thing about how to make a nice little structure that looks like this, I'm going to make it shorter. I'm going to make it one size shorter. So every rod is going to be one size lower. So the red one turns to a yellow, yellow turns to blue, blue turns to white. And then these are going to stay the same because this is width, not height. So I'm not going to turn the camera again because God knows I'll forget about it again. Alright, so take that off. I'm gonna keep narrating just because there's no reason not to. Alright, so we got white, blue, yellow, yellow, white, blue, yellow. Okay, so here's another one. This is what the size lower looks like. Make another one. Cool, make another one. Boom. Now, all I do is interchange them. So we've got a size lower. And we're going to leave these the same. Oh, whoop, wrong way. Okay, leave these the same width. It's just now, it's shorter. Great. So that's a little bit more manageable. I think the size is going to be a little bit easier to control now. You can take these apart. Alright. So what I'm trying to go for... oh, whose idea am I using? Haven't decided yet. I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, I think before you got here, but I usually just make whatever I want and then sort of at the last minute make it fit a comment suggestion. So really, I mean, you can see sort of in the corner of the table here, I've got another idea here that might be related to someone's idea. For example, I already made Joel's suggestion, which was to use the launchers in a way that doesn't actually launch a ball, but like it launches a different object. So the way this thing works is that basically you have the launcher down here, and the launcher will actually launch the cup around, and there would be a ball in the cup. It would launch it around like this. It's a nice simple connection sort of idea, But technically that would fulfill the requirements of his comment, since it's launching the cup and not a ball. Right, so the main idea might be this chain thing, but I'm still fulfilling the requirements of his comment just by having a connection that does it. So, so I'm kind of doing the same sort of idea with the chain. I'm going to make the chain idea just because it's an idea that I've had for a while and I wanted to use it, and then sort of, at the very last second, sort of squeeze in one of the comments. Which sounds like I'm not actually taking your suggestion, but I totally am. I just want to make I just want to kind of balance it in a way that I get to make what I want to make, and you guys also get to see what you suggested. All right. Oh boy, we got some more people here. So, because there's always those dots. Oh, I see. Variety Guy's here. You can only stay here for 15 minutes, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. Okay, well, I think I wasted those 15 seconds, but I'll see you. I'm glad you stopped by. Speaking of which, before you leave, this video, the entire Screenlink, I want to get it up by the end of July, like somewhere mid-July is what I'm aiming for. So, just to kind of give everyone a sense of timing here. That's what I'm aiming for. I kind of want to. I really want to get it up by then. So I have to work hard to do that. Make a trick using a marble zigzag. If you have a suggestion, leave it on the main video. I just actually changed the thumbnail for it, so if you're used to the old thumbnail, it might be hard to find now. But it's called, I think it's just offer any suggestions series announcement, I think is what I called it. It's like a couple videos back on my channel. Leave all suggestions there if you guys have any. Alright. I almost messed up the name of my own Screenlink series, which is super sad because it literally has an acronym that, like, is the acronym of my name. Like, that's, oh my god. Alright. So the idea here, you've got a chain. This is what launches over. So that idea that I had about like having a little thing on here that like pushes a ball up the slope, that's probably not going to happen. And the reason being, well, not unless I made this way more complicated, which I am totally open to doing if it turns out that I can get the steps leading up to where that's possible. But I still have a long way to go before then, because what I have to do is have it catch here where it's still loose and like not taut, then have something to pull it really taut, then have it rotate to actually push something up the ramp. Otherwise, it's it's gonna sag and then no, not gonna do a work there, buddy-o. So, yeah, let's move this here. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. There you go. So, here's what I've got so far. I've got the structure that holds the gear, the first gear. I'm going to try to make it catch the chain as it flips over by another gear, then have the gears rotate to move the chain along, which is why there's some extra slack under here. This is the part that flips over. I just got to figure out what's going to actually slide along here, along the rails here, the black rails, to actually make it do that. And the other problem is it's going really perpendicular to the structure. It's going parallel to the table. That was a good launch. That was pretty good. And it's also going at a very high speed, so I'm going to have to use pretty powerful magnets to make this work. But I think that might be possible. I think it could be done. I'm also going to probably have to reverse this. So do it this way. What kind of music do I listen to? Exclusively EDM. Like, that's about it. That's nothing else. So, to make this stick onto this end, what I'm probably going to need is a magnet of some kind. I just don't know how that's going to work. How is that even going to work? Joel, why did you just send me a fish? Joel just texted me a fish. Okay. So I'm going to need a magnet probably, but I also have to figure out how to make the magnet move. So going to need... here's the thing. What I need is for it to stick, but then also move. I need to be able to catch this end that's flying across the surface, and then have it move again. And magnets are usually a pretty decent way to catch something because they'll actually sort of, if it's in a certain range, it'll actually attract it to it. Because that's, that's how magnets work. But after that, usually you don't make it move again. So if it sticks here, and then it needs to get pulled down, oh, you wanted to make it slide. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's actually, it's caught on like one of the rims here or something. Yeah, you can't make it. You can call me, but you don't have my number, Joel. I don't think. If you do, you'll probably make it fall down. In which case, that would be many lulls. So what's the objective of this clip? Very glad you asked, Gabe. I'm sort of in the process of making it work in a way that could be demonstrated, but I can do it manually, which is what I'm going to try to show you right now. So, the idea involves the connects chain, and it starts over here. We've got some slack on this end, and now these rails, I'm going to have something slide along the rails, and ready for this? It's going to launch the chain. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. So it flies over to this side. I'm going to have something to catch it over here, and now since there's a bunch of slack on this end, the chain will now rotate again. So now it's going to catch it on that end with a gear, then both gears are going to rotate, pulling the chain along. So it's going to launch the gear, or launch the chain over, and then rotate the chain. That's the point. That's what I'm going for. I don't know what it's going to actually do when it rotates. Like, is it going to push a ball up a chain? Is it going to slide down somewhere? Is it going to attract something on this end to pull this end closer? I don't know yet. We'll figure that out once we get the launch to work, because that's going to be the main point. That's going to be the main idea. So, probably gluing things is going to be my next step, honestly. Or, actually no, I need to figure out how I'm going to catch it. So, if it's going to be caught on the gear, see, this is going to be one of those that requires a lot of takes to get it to work. Or at least getting lucky. I'm not going to try to make this super reliable. I'm not going to go out of my way to add filters and like funnels and stuff everywhere to make the launch go in the exact right spot. I'm probably just going to have to do it in a way that will work given 100 tries. Which is not the best way to go about things usually, but it is a Screenlink clip, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, because the last thing I made, I went about it in the exact same way. I was like, this is probably not going to work the first try, and I just made something that was completely unreliable, but would eventually work. And it involved 3 launchers, 2 launches, and I'm not going to spoil it, but basically it was one of the most unreliable things I'd ever made. It worked on the 4th try, which was completely unexpected. I did not expect that. But I'm going to go for the same sort of idea here, where I sort of just make something knowing that it probably won't work the first try, and just kind of keep going until it does work. Which in the end will actually look really cool, because what it looks like, it gives the illusion that you didn't even need funnels or anything to make it work, right? So imagine if you have, not even like this, but if you have like a launch, and it just goes like 3 feet across the table and lands perfectly in a cup, and you have like 3 of those in sequence, but it took you like 300 tries to get that. In the end, that final clip is still going to look really, really cool. It's going to look better than something where the funnels were like this big, and you did 3 of them in a row, but it only took like 4 tries. The reason being, it looks like it was more accurate than it really was, because they're not seeing the previous takes. So that's kind of what I'm going for here, where even though it's going to take a lot more tries to get there, since I'm not adding so many fail-safes, it's going to look like it was really, really reliable. That's the idea. 3 launchers, 2 launches. Yeah, so I count a launch as anything that that makes something airborne, and one of the launchers was just used to make the ball go back up a hill, which isn't really a launch. But there were two launches where it actually like made something go airborne. So I've got a comment. Let's see. I've actually got a comment from Radical Reactions 99 on this new video, on the Just Offer Any Suggestion video. Let's see. Use 3 foreign objects of your choice. Okay, that's very helpful. And they all must be multi-use. Okay, yeah. I'm going to screenshot that one. I like that one. I'm going to actually give that one a heart. That one's good. So 3 foreign objects, all multi-use. Let's add that to the document. I've made a document for all of the comments that I want to use, either this series or next. Or not this series, this episode or next. Let's see, here we go. So what is this? It's 3 multi-use foreign objects. Multi-use foreign objects. Okay, yeah, that could be done. And that's great because it's a new person. I don't think I've ever had a suggestion from Radical Reactions 99 before. Radical Reactions, what was it? I want to make sure I'm spelling everyone's name right. Radical Reactions 99. Okay, no spaces, all caps for... Gotcha. Cool. So, I will say, here are the suggestions that I have used so far. I'm not going to tell you like what specifically I did for them, but I've used the Inventional Oven with ball launchers but no balls, so ball launchers that don't launch balls. I've used Chase's suggestion about a vertical gear that regulates the flow of balls by having balls go through the holes in the gear. And I've made a trick that looks cool backwards from the Variety Guy. So I've made 3 clips so far. This will be the 4th, and I'm not sure exactly which one this will be. I mean, this could just be use magnets. I mean, Taikemuna suggested use magnets. This could just be the one that I used for that suggestion. Although I've used magnets in I think 2 of the other clips. Yeah, 2 at least. 1. Yeah, 2 of the previous clips I've used magnets already. So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these suggestions have overlap, and a lot of them I'm just kind of throwing in the suggestion at the last minute. So yeah, this could just be use magnets. Let's see. Use an old toy from my childhood. I have an idea for that. That's going to be the intro clip. I'm going to use a gyroscope, and I'm going to actually have my hand reach into the frame, pull the string, and then put the gyroscope sort of on something, and then that would actually, like, once it like falls down or loses momentum, it's going to do something else. I haven't decided yet. But that's going to be the intro clip. 10 objects moving at once. Probably not this clip. A 360-degree L-shaped track. Probably not this clip. A motor-driven part rotates in the opposite direction, not using a motor switch. Oh, yeah. Okay. That one. That's not going to be this clip, definitely. Platform with several tracks that moves. I have an idea for that one, and it's not going to be this clip. Moving track with multiple balls that exit at different times. Oh, that one's tough. That one's tough. I know what used to be Marble Volcano. I know you're watching. So that one I haven't done that one yet. I haven't gotten any ideas for it, but I have it on my list. I think I might use it. Wheel and axle rolls down rails and completes a gear chain. That one I think is going to be cool. That one I really want to use. It sort of reminds me of the clip I used for multi-use machines, where it like rolls down into a gear chain. A rubber band makes one ball bounce, but another ball not bounce. That one I can use. That one could just be like a connection somewhere. A timing trick with motor and gears. That sounds very familiar. I've probably done that millions of times before, but I can make another one. Use a Diablo horizontal and vertically. I might actually use a Diablo in this clip. It probably will just be as a weight, but it won't be like horizontally and then vertically. Use at least 15 pieces of string. Not happening, probably. 3 multi-use foreign objects. Probably not for this clip. So I'm probably just going to go with use magnets for this clip. This clip is probably just going to be use magnets from Taikemuna. But again, we'll see. If it turns out that one of the other ones fits it, then that'll be great. anyway, let's go back to the live stream. I gotta pull it up again. I lost the link. Here we go. I gotta check the chat. You guys probably have been saying quite a few things. Okay. So you're saying you want to lie to your viewers. When did I say that? All I said was, wait, I don't actually know what part you're talking about. All I'm saying is that I'm not basing my clips around your suggestions. I'm sort of adding your suggestions in at the last minute so I can still make something that I want to make. Okay, we've still got another trick. We got another suggestion from Sepet RGMs here. Create a trick where two balls get launched airborne at the same time but in different trajectories, and one of those balls triggers a gate for the other ball to go through. Whoo, that is cool. That is cool. I like that a lot. How would they have to be? They would have to be launched. They probably wouldn't have. They wouldn't be able to be launched at the same time, probably, but they'd be launched like right after each other. Although I guess, well, no, if they're different trajectories. Whoa, that's neat. Create a trick where two balls get launched airborne at the same time in different trajectories. One of those balls triggers a gate. Oh, I got an idea. That would be neat. I think what you're thinking is two balls that kind of go at different trajectories in the same plane. I'm thinking two balls that go in different planes. So what I could do is have one that launches this way and actually like rotates an opening as it hits it. So like it could go through. What if they both went through? Oh, that would be freaking amazing. That would be really tough though, because the timing would have to be unbelievably accurate, and they wouldn't be able to be at the same time. And I'm also thinking it would have to be something like billiard balls, because otherwise ping pong balls just go way too fast and way too high, and the launch path on billiard balls is crazy. Obviously, unless I don't use those, but those are way too accurate to not use. I like this suggestion a lot. Oh man, okay. Two balls get launched airborne at the same time in different trajectories. So one launch here, one launch here. One goes this way and rotates. Oh, well, they have to go both. They both have to go at the same time. So one would go and hit something to rotate. It would go. This one would be aimed a little higher, so it kind of goes like this, where they cross higher. So this would go up, rotate something for the other one to pass right through. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. I'm adding that to the suggestion list for right now. That is amazing. I like that idea so much. Okay. Two launches. Let's see. How do you word it? Two launches. Oh, at different trajectories. Come on. Trajectories. There you go. Two launches at different trajectories. And one launch opens a gate for the second launch. That would be probably one of the more insane tricks that I've ever made if it turns out that it works. It might even top the one that I just made before this one. Speaking of which, I gotta get back to this one. I'm gonna go back to, like I said, I'm gonna go back to the live chat. You guys keep suggesting ideas, and thank you so much. But I need to keep building. Okay. Yeah, you said I'm going to give another suggestion if that's okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. Was this the just offer any suggestion screen link? Yes. Okay, alright, we're going back to the build. Okay. GT Minnow says hi. Hello. I need to figure out a way to catch this end, right there, that buddy-o, and have it be able to still rotate. So, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I have an idea. Let's see if it'll work. Let's see if it'll work. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do, actually. If it doesn't work, I don't know. But I have high hopes, which is always a good thing to have as a machine builder. And Joel, I have a question for you specifically because I know that I'm probably going to have to do this soon. I remember during our collab, when we were doing Trick Shot Machine, you said, or I said, that it's really difficult to glue these. The little balls that you have with the magnets, like the magnetic spherical balls, as opposed to, you know, the non-spherical balls. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, so I said it was really tough to glue those. And you said, no, it's really easy. All you have to do is blank. I forget what the blank was. So what was the special way that you had for gluing them? Because I think it was something along the lines of you have to like glue the surface first, or you had to glue the ball first. I think it was like you had to glue a certain one first, and that way it would stick better. I can't remember. So if it would help me out if you let me know in the comments or at the chat. If you're still here, I imagine you are. Okay. So here's what I gotta do. I gotta make another one of these. Yeah. Okay. I know I didn't move the camera again. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna do it every time now. I'm basically making this exact structure again. I'm probably going to end up having to take it apart to modify it more, but I'm going to start with the base model. What am I doing? I made this wrong. Maybe Joel's not watching anymore. Oh well. Or the lag's just really terrible. I don't think that's the case though. Or he's writing an essay in the comments. So yeah, if you guys do have any more suggestions for Just Offer Any Suggestion, leave them on the main video. It's still open. It's always open. Every episode will always be open because it's a series, and even if I don't use it for this episode, there's a chance I might use it for the next one. So if you have suggestions, leave them. I'm never going to close the suggestions until you know, whenever the series ends, which it's not now. It's never. Oh my God! Why is there a donation? Why did you super chat? Why? I mean, thank you, but why? Thank you very much, though. That's nice. $5. Do you like salt shakers? Wow, you blew $5 on that. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. You had a chance to say anything you wanted. I don't feel a certain way about salt shakers. I mean, yeah, they're fine. Yeah. You don't have to donate, by the way. You've now blown $7 on my streams. Don't. I mean, no, $8. You've done it. I think it was three the last time. All right, so I've made a duplicate of this. I just now have to. Let's probably do it this way, maybe. Here's my idea. Here's the idea. As soon as Joel answers how I do this, or doesn't, I guess. Oh, I was thinking in the same plane, one ball launching higher than the other. Yeah, that's what I thought you were thinking. But you didn't specify, so I'm going to do it my way, and my way is going to be even cooler. I think. So, here's what I think I'm going to try to do. And hopefully it won't completely destroy everything. I want to have a magnet inside the gears here, like in between, and then have a magnet on here so it'll actually attach here and then still be able to rotate. Which is probably going to take a lot of tries to get it to actually slide right in there perfectly. Unless I make this a lot shorter, which I can do, which I might actually want to do. Yeah, okay. So where does this actually land? It lands slightly higher. At its most extended point, it's like here-ish. So like slightly higher, but not quite, like not here, but not quite parallel. Well, hold on. Okay, it is mostly parallel. I was sliding my hand the wrong way. So we want to go, yeah, okay. I mean, not that that changes much, but at least it lets me know that this is the right height. So, oh man, I don't know how this is ever going to work. Oh boy, what have I gotten myself into? Okay, well let's try. We're going to try to squeeze a magnet into here, and it's going to be a bar magnet. It's going to be one of these guys. Let's use a different color. What color should I use for the magnet? We got purple, blue, yellow, red, pink, blue. I said 2 colors of blue. Dark blue, light blue, purple, yellow, red, or pink. It's up to you. These are your color options. Light blue, red, yellow, purple, pink, or blue. Other blue, dark blue. Woo! It's up to you. No love for green. There isn't a green one. I would have offered you green, but there's no green magnet. What I could do is blue and yellow to make green, because I'm probably going to need 2. Maybe. Nah, no. Just 1 for now. Just 1 for now, but maybe later. I'm just waiting for the lag to catch up, or for people to actually suggest colors. Otherwise, I'll just choose... Otherwise, I'm going with light blue. Anyone you want. It's up to you. You can decide what color appears in a Jack of All Spades 98 video. What an honor. Can you believe it? Light blue. Light blue. Alright, we got light blue. We're just using light blue. We're going with light blue. Sorry, other magnets. You have been not the chosen one. Okay, so here's where it's going to go. It's going to go right in between the chain links. I just got to glue that in there ridiculously well. And I don't know how I'm going to do that, because it's going to be tough to get glue in there. It's probably going to also mean that I have to sacrifice one of these pieces, one of these chain link pieces, because there's no way that glue and chains mix together. I'm probably going to also wrap tape around there as well. Alright, let's go. Let's just glue it. Let's just do it. Nike, just glue it. Alright, so here we go. It's in there now. It looks ugly, especially from this side. It looks really ugly from this side. But it's not supposed to be pretty. It doesn't have to be. I'm going to reinforce this a little bit probably too. What is it? We got a thumping noise? Maybe it's something upstairs? I don't know. Alright, let's reinforce the glue here. Alright, it doesn't look pretty, but we got a magnet in there, and now we just got to get a ball magnet. Have you ever had those moments where you combine two different toys and find out they complement each other's measurements really well? Yes, that is exactly what happened in the previous clip. Well, one of them was the launcher, and the other one was the thing that it launches. It fit inside this opening really well, really perfectly. I'm not going to tell you what it is though. Alright, I just jumped in, so please catch me up. You didn't miss a whole lot. I'm making a Screenlink for the debut episode of my new Screenlink series, Just Offer Any Suggestion. And the idea for this clip, it involves a Connects chain that sort of launches over and gets caught on another point, and then the chain will rotate. And I haven't figured out what I want the chain, or what the rotation of the chain is going to actually do yet. Right now, we're in the stage of getting the launch to work, and building the structures that sort of have that, and getting the structures located and put them in place in the right spot. Alright, this is my first time seeing a live video. Wow, alright. Well, it's not perfectly live. I think there's like a good 15 or so second delay, which is okay. I'm not doing anything important here. So actually, you know what? I'm going to start by just gluing this one down. And I think that I want it to, it's going to have to be centered in the table. So this is going to be the midpoint of everything. So this would have to be centered here, approximately. And I'm going to have to make sure that I give myself room in front to do everything I want to do in front. So, and based on the camera angle, so it's not going too much beyond that point. Give myself still plenty of room in the back as well. So probably around here, maybe a little bit more frontward. Let's see. Let's actually move it a little bit off center this way because I feel like most of the action is going to be taking place on this side. Yeah, so this is good. This looks good for a location. Okay, so let's glue that down. Let's just commit to something and go from here. All right, so let's put a place marker down. place. Alright, so here we are. We've got, oh, maybe this way? Yeah, let's do it this way. Alright, so we've committed to something. We have officially committed to something. Alright. Now, it's just an issue of making everything work around that. So, now we've got this end over here. We've got our coil down here that might actually just get stored in between here, honestly. This is what launches over this side. And now we just need a way for this to get caught here. So, oh gosh, oh geez. Okay. Yeah. Yikes. I don't know how this is going to work, now that I think about it. Alright, give me a sec to figure this out. I've gotten stuck. So we have to figure out how this is actually going to get caught inside here. So it comes this way. It goes like this, maybe. See, that's the problem. It needs to be maybe. Here. Permission to use the concept of 6 simple machines in a future video. So you're saying just the concept of using all 6 simple machines in a machine? I mean, I guess that's. Sure. I mean. It's sort of not even like a copyrightable, if you want to use that phrase. It's sort of not even like my own idea anyway. So, yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, so I've got a problem, guys. This is not gonna work too well. Well. Oh, never mind. I'm going about this all wrong anyway. Oh, okay. Come on. There we go. I got the marble. I dropped the marble and I got it with the magnet without having to reach under the table. Life hacks. I went about this the wrong way though. Where do I live? Come on, man. Domino Studios. Come on. No. Yeah. I went about this the wrong way. I was thinking I was going to be able to put this inside. Where do I live? My house. That is true. Very true. I was thinking I was going to be able to leave this inside, sort of like this, have the magnet attach onto here, and then rotate around that. Problem is, it can only go around just under 360 degrees before it will just get caught again. And then that's not going to work. It's just going to go around, it's going to stay attached, right? It's just going to keep going around there, and then once it gets back to the original point, it can't go any further. It's going to start overlapping the original chain if it's still stuck to the magnet on the inside. What I need to do is have it not get stuck to the gear itself so that it'll actually come off at one point too. So what I need to do is have it actually get stuck to a point behind the gear, and then that gets pulled under it somehow. Oh boy. Oh geez. This is not a trick. This is not a trick I should be making in a live stream. This is a trick I need to focus a lot on. But I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. Oh, it's like finding out you can use popsicle sticks as Hot Wheels track connectors because the width of the sticks fits perfectly in the slots under the track. I didn't actually know that. I was not aware of that. Are you taking like tongue depressors? Hold up. I'm going to try this right now. Because I have some of those. Alright. This doesn't seem promising. What? Nah, it's too small. Way too small. I mean, you could make it work if you glued it harder, but yeah, that doesn't work for me. If it works for you, though, hey, great job. If it works for you, great job. Good for you then. I just tried it and it works. I must be the one that's weird then, because it's not working for me. However, I don't need it to work. I mean, this is all Hot Wheels track connectors. Like, this is too many for me to use, like, in 17 machines combined. Probably more like 100 machines combined. I use, like, one per machine. Like, this is... If anyone needs these, honestly, just hit me up. I'll send them. Anyway, I need to... Okay, so this launches around, gets caught at a point behind, and then this goes underneath. So this would have to go... Okay, I guess that's not impossible to make. That's really tough, though. That's going to be really difficult to make. Okay. Well, I guess I could do that. I guess I could do that. Oh, down to Musica y Gato. Cool. We got some more people here now. Great. Actually, how many people are watching? 6. Okay, not fantastic. But 6 is better than 0. I wasn't expecting this to be a massively popular stream anyway. It's on a Wednesday afternoon. Like, that's... Like, what? So... Here's my idea. It launches over. This part will get caught on a magnet under here. So on a track that goes this way. So it'll actually launch over, get caught around this point. Oh gee, I don't know how this is ever going to work, man. What am I trying to do? Oh my god. Okay. What needs to happen is something I don't know if it's possible. My building style is more improvising and using cheap materials. That's a better style than just like going out and buying the most expensive thing. And then, or not the most expensive thing, but like going out and buying more professional materials and not really, without having the style that works with professional materials, using cheap materials that are like more household items, that works just as well. What can I do to make things work? Is that, Blue Crab says, is that film? It is a Connects chain. This here, this is a Connects chain. if you look at it up close, it's like a nice chain link sort of thing. So, actually, now that we've got a couple people here, and thanks for the spade, by the way. Let's spam the chat with spade emojis. Let's just do that real quick so I know how many people are actually watching. Because I have an idea. I want to share an idea that I've had, and you guys can sort of let me know if you want to, like, let me know how many people are here by just spamming the chat with spade emojis. I'd love to see it. Because I have an idea, and for something that I want to do potentially, and if not, I just want to at least share an idea with you and see what you guys think. But yeah, I've got to figure this out. How in the world is this ever going to work? Because it launches like this. Oh yeah, I got spades. Spades are rolling in. How is this going to work? So I need something that would attract here and then go under and then straight. Maybe. Yeah, that could work. Okay. I heart spades and money. I think that is enough. So we've got Domino Studios, Blue Crabs Domino, Domino Musica e Gato. Anyone else? It says we have 6 people watching. I don't know. If it's just you 4, I'll wait a little bit. Because I've been thinking about this for a while, and I wanted to share my thoughts about it. And I don't want to have to repeat myself if more people decide to show up later. But let's see. I'll wait for more people to show up, I guess. Okay, so I have an idea for how I want to do this next part. I just wanted to say, this trick is going to be very complicated. Oh, okay, Nano Domino's here. Alright. You tried spamming the red bees? What happened? Oh, Andrew. We got a bunch of people. Okay. Alright. Maybe we have even more than 6 then. I don't know. Alright. Maybe we have more than 6. So here are my thoughts. Someone, I think it was Sepet, what can I do to make things work? Someone asked this question. And it reminded me of a question I had gotten. I'm going to take a break from building for a little while to tell you guys this, by the way, so I can focus on this. I got in a comment from someone maybe a month or so ago, and it said, like, what is the one piece of advice that you would offer to a beginner builder? And I immediately started thinking, like, what is one piece of advice I'd offer to any builder? Because I want to come up with something that would be actually useful for someone to hear. Not something that you could implement if you're really, really good, but something that anyone can implement at any point, regardless of how advanced they are at building machines. And I have come up with something, and I want to let you guys know about it, and see what you guys think about it, and see if you guys think the same way about it that I do. And here's my piece of advice. For a beginner builder or any builder, the one thing that you can do to improve your building style, make things more reliable, make things look more professional, is follow this one piece of advice. If it's not supposed to move, it doesn't. And if it's not supposed to move in a certain way, it doesn't. That's it. That's all there is to it. What does it mean, though? Basically, if you have a support for a track with a ball rolling on top of it, the only thing in that scenario that should be moving is the ball on top of it. The supports should be structured so that they don't shake, they don't fall over. If you have some kind of ball lift, right? It starts here, goes up. That's the only way it should move, right? It shouldn't be allowed to slide side to side like this. It shouldn't be allowed to twist back and forth like this. It shouldn't, the structure itself shouldn't fall over. If it's not supposed to move in the machine, like if the thing moving is not part of the machine, is not part of the mechanics of the machine, it should not budge. It should not go anywhere. It should not move at all. And that means it shouldn't fall over, obviously, but it shouldn't shake, it shouldn't vibrate, it shouldn't anything. And if it's not supposed to move in a certain way, it also doesn't. So, for example, like the ball lift, it's supposed to move. It's supposed to move up, otherwise it wouldn't be a very effective ball lift. It's supposed to move up, but it's not supposed to flex side to side. It's not supposed to slide back and forth. The structure that's holding it isn't supposed to fall over or shake violently or anything like that. That's my piece of advice. I'll say it again. If it's not supposed to move, it doesn't. If it's not supposed to move in a certain way, it doesn't. And if you kind of take that and apply it to your machines, I think, in my opinion, that will have the greatest effect on how reliable it is, how well it works, and professionalism. And I know that's a term we kind of throw around a lot. It's kind of lost a lot of its meaning because people have tried to define it in the past and haven't done such a great job at it, and it just becomes really tough to pin down exactly what professionalism means. But it's sort of one of those things where I don't know how to define it, but I know it when I see it. And I think that's one of the factors that kind of goes into professionalism, is the fact that only the things that move, move. So, and the other thing about it is that it's accessible to everyone, right? So, like, it's not a tip for only the most advanced builders. Like, this is something that anybody can implement into their building style, right? Like, it doesn't take a lot of, it doesn't take a lot of expertise to glue something, right? Or to tape something. It doesn't take a ton of, you don't have to be an advanced machine builder to follow this advice. Which is why I think it's especially useful. And that's the one thing that I think if you want to really advance your building style, it's one thing that will help you out a lot if it's not something you do already. A lot of people already do it, and good for you. But if you're just now starting out, if you're just kind of getting started, follow this advice. And follow it, like, without any exceptions, right? I cannot think of the last time that I've broken this rule. I legitimately cannot think of the last time that I didn't secure something that wasn't supposed to move. I always glue down supports. I always glue down connect structures. I always glue down barricades. I always glue down, barriers and blockers and anything that isn't supposed to move. It hardly ever does. And usually everything usually things that shake back and forth or vibrate or anything like that, they're always built in such a way that minimizes that as much as possible. I hardly ever build really tall structures for that exact reason, because they usually shake back and forth a lot. And whenever I do build tall structures, I always have cross bracings and all that. That's sort of getting into the weeds a little bit with this piece of advice. But really what I want to get across is there's no reason not to tape down supports. There's no reason not to tape tracks down. There's no reason not to, prevent connect structures from flexing back and forth. It's something that pretty much anyone can do. And don't ever say, like, oh, this track's not going to be in the way of anything, it's not going to move. Just glue it anyway. Glue it anyway. It just makes everything look better, and it's going to decrease the pain for you in the future, right? Because when you're trying to get your machine to work, things shift a lot, especially if they're not glued. And if you have something that's just kind of sitting there, let's just say it's a track. If you have something that's just sitting there, not glued, and you run the machine over and over and over again, that track's going to shift. And if, in this scenario, it's a very simple track, so it's probably not going to fail. But if you take that piece of advice and well, let's say you don't follow that piece of advice and you have a really complicated trick. Things are going to shift, and eventually that means the trick's not going to work. And that's the kind of problem that we used to have at things like ISM and stuff like that. That was the point of the 24-hour test, because things would shift a lot. Yeah. And it sounds like one of those things that's sort of just a rule of thumb, right? It sounds like something that once you learn it, you can start breaking it wherever it's necessary. No, not for me. I don't think I've ever broken this rule. I really don't think I have. You know, a lot of rules, especially in art and photography, video editing, anything creative like that, they always say, you know, learn the rules so that then you can learn how to break them, right? And, you know, they say if you're going for, like, a different kind of art style, you should learn how to draw a human realistically before you start changing dimensions and start changing things like that, because you should learn the rules before you break them. And for me, and for this rule, the one about don't anything that moves shouldn't, or anything that isn't supposed to move shouldn't. I've learned the rule, but I've never broken it. I've never had a reason to break it. It's for me, it's the one thing that any builder can implement into their machines and have success with it and be able to actually implement it. It's also pretty universal, like for style. Like it has nothing to do with what kind of style of building you have. So that's nice as well. And you guys feel free to spread that around too. Like if anyone asks, feel free to share that piece of advice. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts about it. I know I've been talking about it for a really long time. So I know you guys want me to get back to building this machine, and I will. But yeah, let me know what you think about that, because I thought of it and I haven't told anyone else really. So yeah, if you think it's a good bit of advice, let me know. If you think it could be changed or altered, or if you can think of an exception to that rule, yeah, let me know. So anyway, I'll get back to building. I have an idea for what I want to do here. I want to have a little bit here that'll catch the magnet, but then as it gets pulled forward to rotate the gears, it's going to fall down somehow. Haven't figured it out yet. But let's see. So what am I going to need? I'm going to need, how do I want to do this? Okay, let's try something. Oh, no. Let's try this. There you guys go. All right. Oh, the contraption king. Cool. We've got a couple more people here. I'm glad to see it. Glad to see it. Alright, so this might be too big. I made a structure here that I think could be an option for me, but it's, okay, it might be too big. What do I want to actually do with this too? I need to figure that out. I need to figure out how this is going to work. I've gotten to the point now where the progress is going to be really, really slow. Because I'm getting into the weeds now. I'm getting really, really far into the details with this one particular part that has to be able to work before I go any further. So a lot of the things you're going to be seeing now are going to be very small, minor details. So just kind of keep that in mind, I guess. Not much I can do about it at this point. Let's see. What do I need? I need... I need something that would fall this way. Fall this way. It's so wide, I can't make this any smaller. I can't make it smaller than this. That's the smallest I can go. Do you know when this video is coming out? Oh. I can't think of any reasons to break this rule at all. It's the best advice for new members of the community. Oh, wow, thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. By the way, my future machine uses a concept from both Burl Gosson and your videos. Hint, 5PMIO. 5... oh my god, no. I don't know. I can't think of what I can't think of what the P would stand for. 5 something machines in one, I assume. What was that other comment though? What was that other one? Do you know when this video is coming out? I didn't answer that. I'm aiming for mid to end of July. I'm sort of taking a break in the middle of this month for CDM. But then after that I want to get at least 4 clips done? No, 5. I want to get at least half of the video done before I leave for CDM, which is in a week. More than a week, about 2 weeks, actually. It's the 16th. And it's the 6th now, so a week and a half or so. Oh, bless you, bless me. Excuse me. Use it as a field starter and then roll a ball on it. Use what as a field starter? I don't really get that. Oh man, hold up. I wish I could Yeah. It turns out I was right the first time. I made a structure that I thought could work, and then I took it apart because I was like, nah, it's probably not the best idea. Turns out it is. It's the only thing I can make that works. So yeah, unfortunately. Here's what I need to do though. I need to figure out how to make this be able to slide along the rails, which might just be done through... idea. Never mind, not idea. I feel like I'm really close to getting an idea right now, but I can't think of anything. See, here's the thing though, this doesn't fit. It's too big. I can't use this. It needs to be this size, and only this size. It can't be any bigger. Well, this is no fun. Well, I'm probably going to have to use this, I'm probably going to have to be impure and not use a purist way. I'm going to have to probably hot glue the connections, and I'm probably going to have to hot glue some stuff on the bottom of these, unfortunately. Alright, I'm back. Don't worry, I'm back. Just go getting a glue break. Alright, so now these are limited to rotate. They can't rotate, so these are stuck. They're glued. I just need to figure out how to get something that can go on the tracks. It'll stay under here. Oh man, it's still almost too big. It's going to be a tight fit. Tight fit. I think it'll work though. Let's get 4 of these guys. I'm getting 4 spacers. And the 4 spacers are going to go underneath here, and I'm going to glue them onto the bottom like that so they act as like a track. Then I can put the other 2 of these rods through those holes, and then it'll slide along. Okay, there's a lot of hot glue here, but I mean it's probably going to be the best thing I can do because I only have so much space to work with here. Now, the idea of this is that this middle part can rotate. That's the idea that I'm trying to get at here. And specifically, it rotates with the right friction. So there are 3 different kinds of friction that you can get from Connex pieces. You can get minimal friction, like almost none, by just putting it straight through the hole in the middle, which is why you can get a lot of rotation out of it this way. The second amount of friction, slightly more, is if you put it on if you put it on the end of a rod like this. It can still rotate, but there's not quite as much friction, or there's a little bit more friction, right? So this has a little bit more friction. And then the third kind of friction that you can get is a lot, as in it's kind of stuck. It can't go anywhere. It's completely clipped onto the rod. It can't go anywhere. Now you can push hard enough, it'll rip right off. But for all intents and purposes, it's 100% friction. It cannot move. So, what I want is for it to be able to support itself in any position, right? Let's say I want to put it diagonally like that. It'll support itself in any position, right? But you can still move it, right? It's not going to fall over by itself, but you can still move it. And the only way to get that is through the medium amount of friction, which means it has to be attached on a point like this, which has that kind of medium friction rotation. Problem is, this is really the best way to have that kind of connection supported on both ends. If it was a different kind of friction, I'd literally just do this. I just literally have a rod and then have this kind of be the middle part that sticks up. That's very easy. But otherwise, it's very difficult. Which is why that looks all weird. But let's see how this works. Let's get 2 more tracks out here. So these are the parts that I know I'm going to need at least. I might need more eventually, but hopefully I won't. Let's get the launch to work. What do you say? Let's do that. What I need to do is have the target on here. Oh boy, why is this so tight now? Pull this apart as much as possible. Oh geez. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go start here. So different connections have varying amounts of friction. I mean, yeah, exactly. So it depends on whether you clip it on through the hole in the middle, which has very, very little friction. You put it in a connection point, which you put it in a connection point, like here. The hole through the middle, very little friction. Connection point like this, minimal friction, but there is still some. And then connection point like this, there's 100% friction. It can't rotate at all. It's stuck. There's a lot of friction. So those are the 3 kinds. Okay. So what I need now is this to be in here, and this needs to be up with a target on the end for the ball to stick to. Okay, so I'm thinking probably a blue rod. Yeah. Blue rod. And then, yeah. And that goes underneath. Okay. So I just need to tape, or I need to affix a magnet to the top of this now. Which I have already. I have one right here. Okay. So now, this is where things get difficult. This also will need to be glued, probably. Alright. How am I going to do this? Well, let's just tape it. Let's just glue it and see what happens. Let's just glue it. We're going to add a layer of tape here, so I'm not gluing directly onto a Connex rod. Because gluing onto a Connex rod directly is a recipe for disaster. You'll never get the glue off, and you'll ruin your Connex pieces in the process. Not a good idea. So what you can do instead is wrap a piece of tape around it, and then glue directly to the tape instead, which tends to work just as well. I haven't had any issues with it not working as well, so it's always a good option. And especially if you're gluing onto the end of a Connex rod like this, where there's like a little dip into it and you can't glue as well into that area, you can do this. Provides a nice flat surface for you to glue directly onto. So let's go glue it, see what happens. Okay. Oh, do I sell the shirt that I'm wearing? I don't. If you meet me in person, though, you'll see it. You can get me. If we meet in person, I'll sell you one, though. I just don't have them online or anything like that. Okay, so here is the little thingy that I made. It looks really dumb and weird, but that's how most machine parts look when you take them apart and put them out of context. So, this attaches onto here. Okay, and that's going to be right over here, like this. Right? And then this is going to be up like this. And then this slides across this way, bends backwards, and then that's what pulls it across. So this is going to go down under here, and that's what's going to eventually pull the chain. That was the most messy demonstration of all time, but I think we can make it work. So what I do need to do is, we'll disconnect first. Come on. Disconnect. What I need to do is make the rail that carries this across. So this one's glued. This one's already glued. And I need to glue this in the right spot. Oh, do you have any advice for builders who are beginners with connects? Okay. Beginners with connects. I did make a video a while ago that I called Everything You Didn't Know About Connects. So that's a good starting point. I've learned a lot of stuff since then, so it's still not the most detailed. And there's still stuff that I know now that I didn't know about in that video. But yeah, it's a good place to start. It shares 10 different machine building techniques that you can use connects for. But in terms of getting started with connects, the first thing I'd say is develop your knowledge of how all the parts interact with each other. Like I was just talking about with the different degrees of friction that you can get. That's an important thing to know. Know how many parts can fit along a certain rod length. For example, the white rods can fit 3 connectors. For example, the blue rods can fit 6. That's important to know. Even I don't know how many can fit on the yellow ones and the red ones and the gray ones, but for example, that came in handy here. 3 directly across a white rod. That's super useful. Also, knowing how they interact. So like the fact that the yellow rod and 2 yellow rods at a 90-degree angle creates the length of a red rod, and 2 blue rods at a 90-degree angle creates the length of a yellow rod. Like, those are important things to know. Those are sort of the basics of that. And then I guess from there, just kind of watch people's videos, see what kinds of things people have been doing with connects, and see how you want to replicate those designs. Don't copy them, because that's just, not always the best way to go. But I would say try to come up with your own designs for things so that you're not copying directly. That's kind of how that's kind of when you become an actual machine builder, is when you come up with your own ideas. But I guess really all I say is develop your knowledge of the way that parts interact with each other. That's the main thing to start out with, is to know how many rods are, what lengths interact with other lengths, and what degrees of freedom you can get, how the spacers work, how all the parts work. And once you have that, that's kind of your base of knowledge. Once you have that, start kind of designing your own mechanisms and designing your own contraptions and stuff. I've been missing out on a lot of the chat, so let's see. My thoughts on May memes. I don't even remember what memes were in May. That was 2 months ago, man. Wait, April, May, June, no, 1 month ago. May. I mean, I like memes almost all the time. I don't know. January memes were good to me. Like, I know that sounds bad, but even I like January memes. I dabble in a bit of memes. I was thinking about it because you kept telling me that Tycoon Luna means... Yeah, I looked it up online. I tried to do a translation of your name, and I couldn't get anything like that. I remember someone said in the comments yesterday, about when you posted your video yesterday, it was something about... yeah, it was something similar to that. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, though. It means magic egg in Finnish. I couldn't get any of that. I tried looking it up, I couldn't get any of those translations. It was always just like, something, I did get the word first somehow, but I don't think I got anything, I got nothing close to that. I used to not use Connect, but now I find it really helpful in my machines. Some people don't like to use Connects. I know plenty of people who don't, or some people who use very minimal amounts of Connects. That's all fine, as long as you are having fun building machines. I mean, that sounds cheesy, but whatever. I mean, machine building is an art. If you're not having fun doing it, then there you go. But yeah, someone asked if I look at memes a lot. The answer is yes. I'm very well versed in the memes. I have the best knowledge of the underground memes. I know the best memes. Alright, so I need to come up with rails for this thing. Oh yeah, the part about Jackson's, the Dominoes one. Honestly, a pretty weak name change. One of the weaker ones in the video. So this goes under here. Or no, this goes here. It's going to be approximately this height, which is... okay, yeah. Okay. I need to do something different. Yeah, the Dominoes one is pretty stupid. Yeah, it's dumb. It's not even a good name change. This needs to be a certain distance apart. Oh, duh. What was I thinking? Duh. Just do this. Okay. Okay. Well, to name a few memes, E. Oh yeah. Okay, Drake and Josh Stuck in a Treehouse is an older one. Deep Fried is a really old one. Zuck, I think that was back in, April? When was the trial thing? That was back in whenever that was. The E one. I like the E one. It's just the most dumb thing of all time, but it's pretty good. This Is America, I never liked that one that much. Because it felt really forced to me. It felt like, oh, there's a popular music video. We have to make memes about it now, of course. We're obligated to do this. Drake and Josh Stuck in a Treehouse, I hate that one. I don't think it's funny in the slightest. Deep fried, I also hate. And the Zuck, it's fine. There are a few good Zuck ones. I'll say that. Okay, so here's this. This is going to get supported here. This has to go... Oh. If only I could do that. If only that worked. If only that worked. Well, How high does this need to be? How high does this need to be? It needs to be like this-ish. Yeah, that would have been perfect. Shoot. Dang it. Well, hold up. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Oh well, scrap that. So, I need to come up with a way to secure that. Got it. I know how I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it this way. Despacito 2 is a June meme. That is a June meme. Also, fine. I don't know enough about that one. I don't like it that much, but it's okay. I just broke it. Alright, so here's this. This is what I got here. You just need to go in further. That's going to be like this-ish. Yeah. This looks good. Okay, it needs to go higher. It needs to be slightly higher. The pigeon meme. I don't know about the pigeon one. Is that the one with like the bird that like his head goes back and forth really fast? Like the Facebook sticker meme? That's the only one that I know that's could be what you're talking about. Although I think that's Trash Dove is what the official name of that one. But that's also really old at this point. Oh, hello Double Domino. Nice to see you here. We're just discussing memes, that's all. Just, normal human activity. Okay, yep, and it needs to be taller. Oh, the anime guy. Yeah. That one I like. I like that one a lot. That one's one of my favorites right now. That one's good. I was thinking of doing some of my own of that one, actually. Because I've been thinking, like, every time there's a new meme, I try to think of if there's a way that I can, like, adapt it into a machine builder kind of meme and, like, make a machine builder version of it. That was one I'd had where I was going to do, like, the guy is a new machine builder. The pigeon is unnecessary timing tricks, like, and then like the caption below says like, is this a quality machine trick? Because the joke being that a lot of new machine builders tend to just make tricks that are just a marble funnel, which is just like a really boring and time wasting kind of trick. That was the only idea that I had, but I wanted to come up with something better. Do all machine builders have those ball launchers from that game? Not all of us, but at this point a lot of us do. I know that Gabe has them, BWRGM got them, I have them, Joel has them, Steve has one. I think that might be it. I don't know I don't know who else is planning on getting them, but... Yeah, it's a game called Bing Bang Bounce, and it's not... I guess it's a game, but like even people who buy the set for its intended purpose, I don't think are getting it because it's a game. I think it's just supposed to be like they call it a an action-reaction challenge, is what they call it. But the idea is that, you set them up in such a way that each one triggers the next one. Which is, I guess, kind of how I use them, honestly. Chain reaction. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do next. I need to complete the rails that I was making here. Okay, never mind. Nope, we're good. Oh, Contraption King, you have them as well? I feel like that company is getting so much business just from machine builders, way more than they are from normal people. Well, they originated from Lily. Average 5 had them first. That's how I knew about them. But I think, like, the first time they appeared online in, like, a popular video, I think Dude Perfect actually used them in, like, one of their ping pong trick shot videos. That was a little while ago. Oh, Judge, a big return. That is very good to hear. I was asking a question, and I was hoping that you were here to answer it, but then you weren't, and then you just never answered it. So, that's a sad thing. But I think I managed to figure it out regardless of your input. So, thank you for not answering my question. For being an absent boy. Okay, yep. We're just talking about memes. You've come at the right moment. What did I do wrong? Oh, I know I did. I know. So if I finish this clip soon, within like next 2 days, I should be on schedule to finish another one before I go for CDM. Oh, wow. Old Kinetic Chaos here on my other account dropping by to say hi. Wow. All right. Well, we've got Kinetic Chaos here, guys. That's a new thing that I did not expect to happen. Oh, you were non-existent at that moment. Well, that's okay. I found out about them from the trick shot machine. Yeah. That was kind of the machine builder, or the machine community introduction to the launchers when we used them in trick shot machine. That was because I had gotten them. I was doing Team Week with Lily. That was when we did like triple. That was around the time of not triple spiral, rainbow spiral, and the Marvel project that she did, and the machine that goes up the stairs. Or no, the machine that goes up the stairs. And the one where like the basketball comes down the stairs and destroys the wall at the end. Like that was the stuff we did during Team Week. And then in that machine, I think there are 2 launchers in it. So that was my first introduction to them. And I fell in love immediately because and also the live stream for charity project. That was the other thing. And during both of those projects, we used the launchers, and I fell in love with them immediately. They were ridiculously useful. They are, to answer your question, Double Dono, they are, oh my god, they are the best. They are the best. They are extremely powerful, but they're very easy to trigger. They take very little effort whatsoever to actually trigger them. And they are unbelievably accurate. They are ridiculously accurate. You can launch a ball into a cup from across the room at like a surprisingly accurate rate. Like, it is unbelievable how accurate these things are. And the only reason they wouldn't be accurate is due to the actual ball itself. Like, it's ridiculous how accurate these things are. And are the launchers very useful? Yeah, they're ridiculous. You have a lot of Lego houses. I sure do. And I'll tilt the camera up slightly so you can see all of them. There you go. That's everything. The one right in the middle here, the one that says Diner, that's the newest one. And I'm all cut up. I don't have any other ones aside from those, except for the one that's up there. But that's a different one. It's not part of the same style as these, so I have it on a different shelf. But that's also one. But I'll leave it like this so you can at least see the buildings and still see me in the chair. Yes, I'm still alive. I'm still alive and I'm still alive. So these are... No, not that. Don't need that. So these are the two ends for... Oh, geez. I forgot that was glued. These are the two ends for... These are the two rails. The two ends for the rails. You have a name for your shelf town. I don't. I have... They each individually have names assigned by Lego itself, but I don't have a name for it. I mean, if anyone has suggestions for names, I guess I'll see what you guys have to say, but I never thought about it before, actually. How old am I? I am 19, turning 20 in November. So, first year of college. I just finished my first year of college. Yeah, born in 98. Yeah. I did not expect this to be the part that I finished building, because I didn't actually expect this to be made at all. I didn't expect to have to make this part at all. But here we are. Okay. So now this part will slide along the rails. That's kind of what I wanted to do. This goes this way. This goes underneath like this. Oh, wow. Okay. Whoa. See, this is the kind of thing that happens when I wasn't paying attention to what I was building and wasn't considering whether something was going to work or not before I just went ahead and made it. However, it didn't turn out to be a problem. Sometimes you get lucky. Look at the clearance on this. Right? Look at that. It just slides right through there. No problem at all. It's a little bit tighter now because the gravity is pulling this down. But yeah, look at that. It slides right through there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. You have a 9,000 piece puzzle on your wall. I did a 2,000 piece puzzle once and it took months. Well, a month. And I also had help. Do I plan to enter Dax Domino's competition? I don't. But definitely if you want to, go ahead and do it. His competition deserves as many entries as possible because he is blowing up right now on YouTube and deserves as much success as he's getting. Or I guess they. I keep saying he, but because I don't know. It's they, though. They're a group. Two brothers, two twins. Okay. So now this is what catches the other end. So that's going to go there, and then slide forward. Right. So now, I mean, I guess I could make this shorter if need be. But that's what's going to be what catches it here. Do I play with skill toys? So you're talking like, I mean, I guess giving examples would be the best way. Like kendama or yo-yo, Chinese yo-yo, stuff like that. Sometimes, well, I juggle. I do juggling. I can do 4-ball juggling, as you saw in the Just Offer Any Suggestion video. So that goes there. Alright, so here's the idea, right? So we've got this stuck here. And then this will slide forward, potentially, hopefully this works. Well, this would be pinned down somehow here. This would have to be. I started doing puzzles when I was like 7, and after a long break I decided to do a huge one. Working on it for almost 3 weeks. Oh, what? Wait, you did it all in 3 weeks? Or most of it in 3 weeks? That's insane. 9,000 pieces in 3 weeks. That's like 3,000 a week. Yeah, I guess that's an important question. I'm assuming a jigsaw puzzle, yeah. Alright, so here is the idea. This is supposed to slide forward now. Is this going to work? Alright, what happened? What? Oh. Is that good? That's not good, right? Yeah, that's my question. 3 weeks and you're almost done? How? Alright, so if this is up... Oh. If this is here... I'm going to try something real quick. Okay. Yeah, alright. So that's an issue, but maybe not. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I can get away with it. The idea here, the chain catches onto the magnet, and then this is going to get pulled forward. It's going to slide under there, pull the chain this way, and then that's going to end here. Dax Dominoes is here. We were just talking about you. We were just talking about your contest. Okay. Now, if this has the chain on it, right, it's gotten attached over there. Okay. Oh, and BWRGM. Wow, we've got a lot of people here. Great. Great. Awesome. So now this can kind of go like this and pull it along this way. Okay, so we've got a proof of concept. Proof of concept works. Now, well, actually, I got an idea. Here's an idea. So these are going to have to change. That's going to have to be different. It's going to be like this. This, and then that gets turned into Goldberg guy. Wow. Okay. Suddenly a lot of people are here now. Great. Still says for me, it still says 6 people watching for me, but I also don't know if that's accurate or not. I cannot tell. I feel like more than 6 people are watching. Okay. So we've got 2 spacers on there now. We got to get 2 red pieces here now. I'm trying to be more exciting and just talking a little bit more, because I know I've been a little bit more silent recently. Okay. There we go. It's always risky to do that. Oh my gosh, we've got Dazzo. We've got the Wowmino guys here. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm sure I'm not the first to ask, but what's the theme with this trick? You're not the first to ask, so you're totally right about that. But what you might not know is that this trick does not have a theme quite yet. So if you don't know how the actual contest works, or not contest, the series works, it's 10 suggestions, and then each clip in the Screenlink is 1 suggestion from 1 person, rather than something like 11 Inventions where the entire Screenlink is based around 1 person's suggestion. This Screenlink is based around 10 people's suggestion, and then each clip is based off of 1 of those suggestions. So I've already made 3 of them so far, and this one I don't know what the suggestion is going to be yet, which sounds weird, but I've kind of talked about this a little bit in the past too. But there are a lot of new people watching right now too, so I'll talk about it more as well. The reason I made this Screenlink series the way that it is that I wanted to still be able to make the stuff that I wanted to make. So if I had an idea for a really cool trick I wanted to make, I wanted to still be able to make it without having to worry about fulfilling other people's suggestions. So that's why I made a lot of the requirements for this series pretty loose. So I said, like, you know, give a suggestion for something I have to do with the video or in the clip. But it allows me a lot of freedom to kind of make whatever I want. So what I've done in previous clips is just kind of I just make ideas that I've had for a while, and then at the last minute just sort of be like, okay, now what suggestion should I implement into this now? And I usually just make the connection or the intro or like the transition part fulfill the requirements of the suggestion rather than the main idea itself. Which sounds like I'm sort of not doing what you want, but a lot of the time, since my style is very connection based, usually the connections are part of the trick anyway, so it's not usually that big of a deal. Okay, so we're back. We're back to where we were before. So now I can actually glue this down now, so I can get that going. And then we can start working on actually trying to get the launch to work, which is going to be probably the most exciting part of this. Okay, we got 9 or 10 people watching now. That's good. Yeah, mine still just doesn't update, so it still says 6 for me. Alright. So this is probably going to have to get changed at some point too. I just got to glue this down. So let's mark out the spot somehow. Got it. I know how to do it. I really need to go to sleep now. Yeah, it's probably really, really late where you are. Okay, so this is going to be right here. So we're going to mark it out using a brick here. Alright, and now we just have to glue this down. So I'm going to go to the glue station. I'll be right back soon. Okay. Alright. It's 5:25 a.m. Why? Why? Why are you watching this so late? Okay, and also Dex knows, why are you in Seattle? Why is everyone in Seattle now? You're not doing a project there, are you? I can't imagine that. There have only been three projects there. Yeah, it's 5:25 p.m. for me. So whoever was asking me previously in the stream where I lived, that at least eliminates some options. Alright, for now, let's just do this. Probably not going to be the final setup here. Okay. Alright, so now everything's glued. If this actually works the first try, I'm going to be incredibly impressed and just ridiculously amazed, because I do not think that it's going to work at all. I don't even think it's going to have any chance of working, let alone work the first try. Oh, just a family vacation, okay. Oh, sorry, a Vaxtian. Those are very rare. Here's what I want. I want this to fly across. Oh, it's going to get attached to those. Okay. I want this to fly across and get magnetized there. Bonus points if it's tight when it does that. So I'm probably going to actually just have it more like loose like this, probably. Which means this is probably going to have to be over here. So that, yeah, that might work. So this is going to have to be here, and the idea is that this flies across and lands perfectly over there. Yeah, not close enough. Not close enough. Let's try again. Holy crap, did you see that? I said it wouldn't work the first time. That was the second time. That was the second time. It worked. Are there other builders in Seattle right now or something? No, but there used to be. Because Lily, Shane, Chris, and Steve, I think. No. Lily, Chris, Joe, and Steve did the Washington Lottery Project. And then Steve did the Seattle Boat Show. And then me, Tim, Marcel, Chris, Steve, me, Tim, Marcel, Chris, Steve, and Joe did the Microsoft Mixer project in Seattle. So three events in Seattle in like just the first part of this month, just like the first part of this year. Like there have been 3 already. So I thought Seattle's becoming now the hotbed for chain reaction, or not chain reaction, but domino events. So I just thought, oh, are you doing another one there? Who else wants a domino builder in Seattle now? Alright, so what I do need to do is limit this rotation here. So what I need to do is prevent this from going too early. So there needs to be, okay, so this needs to stay back this way. Is that the blue and yellow setup I saw on Steve's Instagram? Oh, the blue and yellow. I doubt it. I don't remember. You're in a McDonald's in Seattle right now. Well, I'm glad that I'm glad that the Seattle McDonald's Wi-Fi now has records of this live stream on their public Wi-Fi. That's very encouraging to hear. So here's where I'm at right now. I actually got this thing to work manually, so I don't have like the machine part that actually pulls this across here. But I do have it working manually. I got it to fly across and attach onto this magnet here at super high speeds at a super unreliable way. So that was ridiculous. The blue and yellow setup is his trade show in DC right now. Yeah, he's doing a trade show with Hayden and Chris, which is Dynamic Domino and XX Domino Master XX. Yeah, they're doing a trade show in DC right now for some kind of digestive health medicine of some kind. I don't know. Yeah, that's what that's the blue and yellow one. Okay, and yeah, the Washington National Lottery, that one isn't on his channel or any of the other channels of the builders who made it. That one's on the Washington State Lottery YouTube channel. So if you Google or YouTube search Washington State Lottery, it should be one of the first results. I have it. I think I have it saved somewhere, but. Okay. Alright, so this needs to stay like this. This needs to stay here. And then I need a bit that sort of prevents that from getting caught. So here's what needs to happen. Okay, yep. Alright, I got an idea. I know what I'm doing. So this needs to stay like this. I'm going to get the glue. Life pro tip for those machine builders out there. Glue guns don't need to be plugged in to work. If you just have them plugged in, they'll stay hot for a little while. So you can unplug them and take them wherever you need to go. I know that might seem obvious, but... whatever. Okay. Also, be sure to plug it back in so it doesn't get cold. How long am I planning on streaming for? Yes, until 5 a.m. I'm going to skip dinner. I'm going to never sleep. Yeah. I'm actually, really any time, honestly. I have, I should probably go to dinner at some point. It's like 5:30-ish for me. So, oh sweet, I can take my hot glue gun on me on the go. It will always be hot. Yeah, amazing. You can take it anywhere. Okay, so yeah, one thing I need to add. I need to add a slope here from this point, sort of sloping down, and I'm going to probably just use like a Hot Wheels piece. No, probably not that. Playing card. Playing card will work just fine. So I've got this nice bin of scrap pieces here, of scrap popsicle sticks. I've got a rubber band. Let's see. Gotta find a nice short piece. Wait. Popsicle stick. Popsicle stick is actually going to be an even better choice. As a slope. Stick trick domino, dude! I guess Microsoft streaming ain't good enough for you. Nah, Mixer is not my favorite. It's a pretty good one. It's good, but the problem is you need a Microsoft account for it, and like no one has that. So like if you wanted to watch one of my streams, you'd have to get a Microsoft account and buy. And let's see, how many viewers do I have? What, like 7, 8, 9, 10? That number would be cut in half if people were discouraged from watching because they were like, oh, I'm behind this. I need to create an account before I can watch this stupid stream. Never mind, I'm out of here. So, I gotta go, but I'll be back later if you're still streaming. Yeah, you gotta leave this. You gotta leave your McDonald's and then go other places. Yeah. That's why I'm not streaming on Mixer right now. But I will say, once you have an account, I don't have a problem with it at all. It's great, actually. It's really fun. And that's not #spawn or anything. That's me saying legitimately what I think. But yeah, I know Steve is now live streaming on it, which is fine, I guess. But like when he was doing his first stream, like no one showed up. Not to say that his streams get a ton of viewers on a regular basis on YouTube, but I feel like part of that was just because it, requires you to have an account, which is, it kind of discourages you from actually watching it. I feel like it would make more sense if they allowed you to sign in with like Facebook or something, Facebook or a Google account. But guess what? They're a direct competitor, so why would they do that? Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. No one out-pizzas the Hut for life. Who was my first subscriber? I have him right on my board. Right here. I think he's changed the name of his channel since then. But this is the piece of paper that was included in my 100 subscribers Screenlink. Also, if you didn't know, I have a bulletin board back here where I like keep track of like memorabilia and like pieces of paper and stuff like that from everything that I've made. So I can show you guys in a sec. I want to get this glued on here. Actually, I'm probably just gonna use a bit of this one. I gotta find one that's the right length. This one has to be cut down a little bit, but I'm gonna use this one. Pro tip, if you want to cut popsicle sticks, use wire cutters. So you can just take it, I'm going to cut it down right about here. But don't cut it all the way or else these pieces are going to go flying. What you can do is just bend this back and forth a little bit and you got it cut perfectly. This part I don't need, but you end up with this really nice flat cut. It's really nice. Wimpy Kid 47, yeah, that's his new name. Oh, Wimpy Kid Fan, yeah. Yep, that's the right one. Something just fell over there. Anyway. Okay, so I need to wrap this tape around here, so I'm not gluing directly to a Connex rod. Unless I am. No, good. Aiden's Machines, what up? Alright, so if none of you have actually seen yet, I do have this working, sort of. Oh, yeah. Good advice, my scissors have been breaking every time I cut your sticks. That's not good. You probably don't want to use scissors for it. I will say that. I mean, if you cut tongue depressors, like these are a lot thicker. In terms of like width-wise, these are not quite as thin, right? So they're a little bit easier. Like I'm pretty sure I can do this. Like this is not, like that's not hard at all. But if you're using actual popsicle sticks, you probably don't want to use that. Meanwhile, I just lost the piece that flew out. I'm gonna sit on it later and be like, oh, that's where it went. Great. I don't have time to look for it now. That's the other thing. If you do that sort of thing where you like bend it back and forth, pieces don't fly everywhere. Is the thumbnail of the stream one of the clips I've already made? I was hoping someone would ask that. Yes, that's if you look at it closely, you can't tell anything, which is kind of what I went for. But it provides like it's a nice blur, so you can't actually see what's going on, but it looks like a really cool trick, and it is. It's probably one of the coolest things I've ever made. I'm not trying to overhype that. It is one of the coolest things I've ever made. But yeah, it's the previous one that I just made. It's the one that I was talking about earlier with the one that Joel suggested about using the launchers to launch something other than a ball. Okay. Hopefully that'll stay. If not, we're going to have some issues. Alright, I just saw a really long comment, so I'll read it when I get back. I just got to go plug this back in. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Hey man, I started watching your channel a couple of years ago when you made a motor out of connects, and now I aspire to get a major in physics and engineering. Holy crap. Whoa! That's huge! Congratulations, man. That's awesome. I'm back from my phone losing power. That's good. But yeah, I made that... I mean, it might... Was it the one with the wheel on the end that, like, has it really slam into it really hard? Or was it the one where you actually... Or was it this one where you, like, do that? Because this one is vastly superior to the old one. It's ridiculous. I don't even know why I made a tutorial on the first one. Because it's just so bad. I would never use it again, ever. Alright, so now I've added this little slope here. Let's move this out nice so you can see it. It's tough to see. Oh, I was going to talk about the bulletin board. Let's swivel this around here so you guys can see. So here's the bulletin board. Let's see if I can get everything in the shot here. There we go. So, this is just my logo, my old-ish logo. That's not anything. These are business cards from all the builders that have business cards. That's also not really anything. This is my collection of Jack of Spades playing cards from different decks with different designs. Also not part of anything. These are collectible dominoes, signed by various people. This is one just signed by me. This was the one from the Circle Field. This is one from Strong Museum, where it was signed by me, Michael, and Hayden. This one's signed by Doodle Chaos at ISM. This one's signed by Smarter Every Day when he came to ISM. This is probably my favorite out of the four. This is the message that's written in A Chain Reaction Christmas Carol. This is the piece of paper that's shown at the beginning of the Kern Center machine, which is my most recent video. This is one of the logos from Super Bowl 50 machine. This is the piece of paper that is at the end of the Trick Shot machine. This is from the 100 subscriber Screenlink, which was my first subscriber. That's the piece of paper I just showed you guys. This is one of the logos from the Wheezy Waiter machine. This is one of the robots from the Mixer project back in Seattle that I just got back from a few weeks ago. This is one of the pieces of paper from the Super Bowl 49 machine, which was back in my old house. This one is from the most unexpected Screenlink ever, obviously. This is the sign that gets revealed at the beginning. These two are stickers from the Rhett and Link machine. This is the end part from the Rhett and Link machine. Light switch is from the Jackson's machine. RGM 13 is from the Merry Christmas machine. Bullying Hurts is from the Anti-Bullying machine. This is the list of materials that I took to the Strong Museums, another Strong Museum thing here. This is multi-use machines. This is the 5-use gear. This is Domino Chaos 3.0. That is the winner of Best Video of the Year from the Domino Machine Awards 2017. This is the piece of paper from the beginning of the most complex Screenlink ever. This is the piece of paper that gets revealed by the flipping connects thing. This is from Challenge Accepted 11, I believe, the aluminum foil one. This is probably the oldest one I have here. This is a sign from the Chain Reaction Christmas Special. This is a sign from Dominoes vs. Machines Round 3 with Flash Domino. This is a sign from the Bet Losing Machine. This is the one that gets revealed after the first table. This is from the Lego Machine, which is just one of the signs from that. This is also from the Super Bowl 50 machine. There's a Cam Newton cutout from the very beginning. This is from the Lego Machine as well. This is from 6 Simple Machines in 1. That's one of the signs that gets revealed at the beginning. This is a 3D printed domino from ISM 2015 that Steve gave to me. I think that's everything. I've got Patriots lanyard over here, Super Bowl 51 logo here, and then my graduation tassel thing over there. So yeah, that's everything. I think. I don't think I missed anything. Yeah. And basically the idea behind that is that every time that I do a new event or make a new machine or really any project whatsoever, I'll include something on that board from it. So sometimes it's harder to do than others. I don't have anything in mind for this one. I don't think I'm going to have like a piece of paper cut out or anything. if someone could imprint a variation of your logo into a domino, would I pay for the shipping to get it? That sounds like you're suggesting something. And yes, I totally would. If it's the new version of my logo, which is the circular one, the one that I have as my current YouTube profile picture, that would be great. If not, I guess you can use the old one, but I like my new one better. The one, not this one, the one that's the circle. What happens if you take the wheel and axle in the opposite direction? Well, you have to use soap to figure it out. The elements of chain reaction tricks. Multi-use, timing, display, interesting, I don't know what display is. Wall, okay, aerial, yep. Chain, not sure what chain is, and foreign object. That sounds pretty comprehensive. I actually really like that list. I know, I get multi-use, timing, wall. Wall is sort of not really a genre, but more just I don't know, it feels different than the other ones, but I guess it counts. And then foreign object. Aerial and foreign object. Yeah. That's a cool list. I actually really like that. If you don't mind explaining what display and chain are, I would be very interested. Because that might be I'm going to screenshot it too, because I think that's a really cool way of kind of explaining different types of chain reaction tricks. That's really neat. Okay, so here's what I've got. I'm at the stage now where I've gotten a proof of concept, and the proof of concept works. I just have to make it work again and more consistently, and then come up with a way for the machine to actually do it. If I were to buy K'NEX, what pieces would you consider the most important or useful for machines? Oh, geez. You want a lot, or a good amount of every length of rod and every kind of connector. Some are going to be used more than others, but that's something you'll figure out as you build. You're not going to ever buy everything you'll ever need for the next forever in one bulk purchase. You're going to eventually figure out what you need more of, what you don't need quite as many of, and stuff like that, and you're going to end up needing to make more purchases. But a good starting point is get a good amount of every connector and a good amount of every rod. And also, I might be biased, but get a ton of those little black pieces. Get a ton of these guys. Get a ton of these things. These things are remarkable. They are so useful, and I use them all the time. I've used, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in this machine alone, and there are another 2 in this thing. So, yeah, use those. Buy these. Let's see what else. I mean, get spacers. Spacers are also really useful. But yeah, eventually you'll kind of figure it out. Eventually if you don't have any, get gears. That's the other thing. Gears and motors. Gears and motors are another big thing. Okay. So this summer I'll have an access to a CNC machine that I can operate, and tomorrow I'm testing out an engraving of my logo onto a domino. Nice. That's cool. So you're just going to take a regular bulk domino and just kind of into it? That sounds really cool. That's really cool. If you do one for me, I don't care what color it is, by the way. I don't care. Okay, so here's why I put that little ramp thing on here. So that when it slides underneath, it doesn't get caught on this lip here. It can just slide into there really smoothly. So what I need to do is also limit this rotation. So when it hits it, I don't want it to knock it back, so I need to put a wall back here. Other than that, though, I'm pretty much good. I don't think I need to do anything else. So what I'm going to probably do is actually just interchange this with something else, put something behind there. Let's just put this under here. I'm actually just going to exchange these. Yeah, no problem, EF Domino. If you have any other questions about K'NEX and how they work and stuff like that, I'd be happy to answer them. I am what you would call a K'NEXpert. Self-labeled. So that is that. Now I just need to prevent it from going backwards, so that's a really easy fix. So I'm actually making a lot more progress in this live stream than I ever expected to. Oh, I machined my own domino since, wait, hold on, okay, no, what did I ask, about what color or something? I machined my own domino since bulk already has a logo on the domino. I'm considering trading lampings with someone for this purpose since they don't have a logo. Well, thank you about that. Thank you for EF Domino. Thank you for letting me know. I'm happy that someone else thinks that my machines are amazing. Amazing machines, you can do a ton of cool tricks. I mean, yeah. I like to think that the actual tricks themselves aren't just K'NEX contraptions, and that I only use K'NEX to accomplish cool tricks instead of actually making tricks out of K'NEX. Anyway, I mean, yeah. I mean, the chain launch thing, that's not a K'NEX contraption. I'm just using K'NEX to make it happen. That's kind of how I think about it. I know a lot of other people just see K'NEX everywhere and just go, oh, it's a K'NEX contraption. And that's sort of true. So I don't argue that hard. But, yeah, I mean, think about... I guess if you're going to use K'NEX a lot, think about whether it's actually a K'NEX contraption that you're trying to make, which would be something like this, which is like a very distinct motion, which is like a nice swivel kind of thing. That's a K'NEX contraption. Or if you're just using K'NEX to do another trick. But look through the main JOS video and find suggestions for tricks and ideas. I mean, you can, yeah. That's actually another interesting kind of thing that I didn't even think about. That if you're low on ideas, that's another good way to go through and find some ideas. I'm not even going to say, no, don't do that because I need to use those ideas. No, they're all open. They're open to everyone. Because chances are, if you make something that fulfills the requirements of one of those comments, I'm going to think of something totally different. Like, it only takes a very, very minor change for two tricks to be drastically different. So yeah, you're never going to think of the exact same thing that I think of. And even if you do, like, the style itself is going to make it a different idea. So yeah, go ahead. Look through those comments. Use them all. Should I get big K'NEX and keep my small flimsy ones? Normal size K'NEX I find more useful, but talk to Joel. He'll tell you how to use small K'NEX. They are useful in their own right. So they're not useless for sure. So don't get rid of them. Definitely don't get rid of them. But I would say use them as a complement. Use them complementary to the big sized ones, or normal sized, I guess. But yeah, don't get rid of them. They're nice. I like them. I just don't have very many of them, so I don't use them. I think it's funny, I think I literally have 5 pieces of small K'NEX. I used to have whole sets, but then I got rid of them and I now regret it. So, definitely don't get rid of them. Okay, we got a nice broad idea here that I can talk about for a little while. How do I come up with ideas? It's all kinds of things. I used to give this piece of advice that I no longer give, but it sometimes works, where I just sort of take a machine material and then sort of do a lot of things in my mind with it. So I'd say, here's a gear, right? Now, what would happen if you rotated it? Or what would happen if you slid it? What would happen if you flipped it? What would happen if, right? And like all those things. And that sometimes helps. Sometimes, like, taking an object and moving it in an interesting way can lend itself to some pretty cool ideas. So I'm not going to discount that as completely useless advice. But what I find more useful now is oftentimes it just comes from experimenting with pieces and parts and observing the real world, which sort of sounds really like not helpful advice. And I really haven't figured out a really good way to tell people how to come up with ideas. I wish I had a good way to do that. I wish I had a really good way, a really good piece of advice to help people come up with ideas. But honestly, it just comes from observing things. So the last trick I did, the last Screenlink clip that I made for this video, that came from just playing around with 2 different items and just seeing how they interacted. And I ended up making a launching trick that looks amazing. But I didn't have that idea in my mind beforehand. So, I mean, I never used to be able to come up with ideas sort of on the spot, improvised like that. And now I'm sort of getting a little bit better at it. But a lot of tricks that I make, in fact, most tricks that I make, they're all pre-planned for the most part. So I have a knowledge of what I want to go for, what I want the general thing to look like, and then I try to actually go and make it. And that was the case for this idea. I knew that I wanted to use a connects chain. I knew I wanted to do that motion where you like slide something out real fast and it launches over. I knew that I wanted to do that. But I didn't know about this rail thing that I was going to have to add underneath here. I didn't know about this particular magnet mechanism. I didn't know how high these were going to be. I didn't know how big this was going to be. You know, so to come up with ideas, I actually, you know, I watch a lot of stuff online. There are a lot of really cool, like, mechanical ideas that you can go online for. I would check out the subreddit Mechanical GIFs, if you haven't already, or Mechanical GIFs. That's sometimes a good place to look. It sometimes gives you some nice concepts for things that you can sort of bring down to a more manageable level and put into a machine. But yeah, I wish I had better advice for you, because I think that's a very important part of the machine building process, is actually coming up with the ideas itself and knowing what ideas are not only possible, but what ideas are going to be the best. What ideas, once you have an idea, what direction should you take it in? Because there are a lot of things you can do with one idea. I mean, this idea I had here, I could do that concept where it launches over. I could do that with, you know, a piece of string. I could do that with a necklace. I could do that with a bead chain. I could do that with, you know, any number of foreign objects. But I chose a connects chain because I knew that I had then the potential of actually turning it into an actual chain and having this part slide along and making it a multi-use thing that's way more complicated and intense. So I don't know. I'm really rambling at this point, but really all I can say is observe the real world, go online, search. I don't know. I wouldn't say search for ideas, because that's not really the best way to find them. But keep an eye out, I guess. So like anytime you notice something cool, or some kind of mechanism, some kind of, even if it's as simple as the way that a door hinge works, like, or the way that windshield wipers on a bus work, or, you know, or the way that the stapler mechanism works. A lot of times it's just observing what happens in the real world and coming up with the way, and instead of observing what kind of linkages, what kind of cams, what kind of gears, what kind of systems it uses to actually accomplish what motion it's getting at. And then from there you can kind of turn it into a machine trick. That's my best advice. Okay, we've missed a lot of comments. What's a good replacement for Connects if you don't have access to it? I'm even hesitant to say Legos, honestly, because Legos are a building toy. They're similar in that regard, but they are very, very different in terms of what you can use them for and how you can use them. Connects are very good for making very loose structures like this with no structure in between. Whereas with Legos, if you want to make something this tall, you have to stack multiple layers all the way up. There's no diagonal building like this. You can't make a good framework out of Lego. You have to basically make full-on walls to make anything pretty tall, which is not very helpful. Legos are very useful for making stuff that looks like something else, like making a model of something. You know, you want to make a roller coaster, you want to make a house, you want to make an airplane, you want to, you know, something like that. That's what Legos are good for. And if you look at like the things that Connects has as actual sets, they're really just good for roller coasters, really, because roller coasters are very, you know, they're just big structures, right, with a lot of framework. And Lego, you hardly ever see a roller coaster. They did just come out with a roller coaster. I know this, but my point being, Legos, you see a lot of cars and, well, you know, over here, a bunch of houses. You got in the corner of the top right or top left of the screen, there's a merry-go-round there, right? Like, that's the kind of stuff you see Lego making. But when Connects tries to make an airplane or a house, it looks pretty bad. Not just because of the color choices, but it just doesn't look right. So no, Legos aren't really the best replacement for Connects. The only thing I can think of is Tinker Toys. But those are tough to find now, just because they're old. But that's really the best thing I can say. Okay. Okay, display tricks are tricks that reveal something like a picture or text or another trick. Okay, so that's pretty narrow. And then chain tricks are tricks that have the same component. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's another whole genre of things I didn't even think of. Yeah. That's neat. Right. Yeah. I hardly ever do those. I don't think I've really done a good chain trick in a long time. I mean, like a billiard ball chain might be the latest one I did, if you even count that. Search Jangbricks on YouTube stick trick guy. Yeah, I know, well, I do know that stick trick guy also hates Legos for no reason, so. So here's the idea. This is going to fly over, get stuck onto there, and then I need a weight on this end, probably around here. And then this goes under. Oh, okay. I'm getting stuck on something. Okay, I see what's going on. I see what's going wrong. Yep, that's a problem. How do I want to fix that? How should I fix that? I know what I'm going to do. Okay, I got it. Can't use these. Would gears be useful at all without a motor? Yeah, for sure. You can use gears without a motor for sure. I mean, I use them in Current Center Machine. That's one of the first tricks in it. Actually, yeah, both times I used gears. There's a trick on the second table that also uses gears without a motor. Yeah, they're very useful. And also check out 11 Inventions 6, Gear Tricks. Almost all of the tricks in that video don't use a motor, and they're all gear related. So yeah, they're very, very useful even without a motor. Yeah, 11 Inventions 6, but yeah. I've seen a lot of Screenlinks that go left to right, but I hardly ever see anything that goes top to bottom or bottom to top. Well, the most complex Screenlink ever by 11 Inventions, by 11 Inventions, wow, geez, okay, by The Invention 11 and myself, has some of that. We did a lot of bottom to top and top to bottom connections. But obviously the challenge with that is just the fact that it doesn't work well from a camera perspective, because for something to be out of frame on the top, you have to go out a long way for it to be out of frame. Or you can just go out of frame actually going up. But they're a lot tougher to make because they don't lend themselves to the whole linear version of the table, right? So like when you have a table, it makes sense for it to go off the left or off the right side and then in on the left side, and it still maintains the illusion of one long table. Whereas if you have something falling off the front of the table or something going up and then just going onto another table above it, like that sort of ruins the illusion a little bit. You know, when we did it for most complex Screenlink, we were just like, screw it, who cares, right? No one cares. But most of the time you'd see Screenlinks going left to right just to maintain that image of a table, that illusion. Have I seen any of your videos? I don't think I have. Let's see. Go to channel. Oh, yes I have. Yes I have. I'm going to watch one now. Rube Goldberg Machine number 6. Like I said, that's a good intro. That's a good intro. You have gears. Good. You know, this might be subworthy. And Tricks Track. Oh dang, that's a cool idea. Oh, another cool idea. I like that a lot. Another more gears. Okay. Balance swings. I like it. Oh, it's screen linked though, buddy. No. Okay, that's creative. I like that. Oh, here's the one take version. Gotcha. I like the music as well. Music's nice. I like the trigger for the hamster wheel. That's really cool. And it's a nice foreign object. Very good. Very good. I like it. I'm going to sub. I am now subscribed to the Contraption King. I'm going to look at number 5 now, too. This is quite good. One week of work. Man, I wish I could make a Screenlink in a week. Or not a Screenlink, a machine in a week. God, man, that's 43 fails. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm already seeing a lot of nice foreign objects in here. And the launchers, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's got off to a fast start. I like this. This is great. Music works really well with it, too. I like the little slide. Okay, flipping that. More hamster wheel action. Wow, that's fast. Wow. I really like this first trick. I like the first trick a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed you have the same kind of marble tracks that I do. Yeah, this is definitely sub-worthy. I like this a lot. I don't know how I haven't found your videos before. This is great. Even your Domino Rally stuff looks nice and clean. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm definitely subbing. That's holy crap. I missed this completely. How did I ever miss this? Wow. You've earned yourself a sub, man. That's really good. It's like a video game. All main characters go left to right. That's true. You know that if your character goes left to right, it's a good guy. Capono has a screen that goes only top to bottom. I guess, if you count magnets and marbles, sure. Or one of the other variants of that. Yeah, separate RGMs didn't you do it on the stairs? Marble tricks video. Yep. I wish all connects were the same color. In some cases, yeah. But right, like Sepit says, if you don't, you'd have them all confused in one big pile. Yeah. I mean, I sort my pieces, so it wouldn't be as big of a deal for me. And in some cases, I do wish they were the same. It would certainly help if I did, when I do like events for companies and stuff. Like when we did the Mixer one, when we did Gillette, it would have contributed a lot to professionalism. I think it would have made it look a lot nicer. And I know that Steve, when he did Business Unusual, I think he spray painted all the connects he used. Either that or he didn't use any. I can't remember. But it does make your machines cleaner if everything were the same. It's just less distracting visually. But think about what that would mean. It would mean that every piece has to have a version in every color, which would increase the cost a lot, which is why Legos are so expensive. It would be the different, you'd have to have a yellow version of this piece, but then also a red version, and a green version, and a blue version, and a purple version, and a pink version, and, all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't mind having different colors, but in some cases, yeah. In some cases, I wish they did come in multiple colors. I'm trying to figure out how all these pieces work just by pictures of them. I'm back and I can tell you've made so much progress. I mean, I'm glad it looks like it. I'm glad you can tell, but it also sort of doesn't look like it. What if machine builders made reaction videos to other machines? What if? You don't have to imagine, buddy-o. I just did it. Jack of all spades 98 reacts to big machine, not clickbait. Over 300 fails. I'm trying to figure out how these pieces work just by pictures of them. Are you talking about this? Because I can show you how this works. Yeah, I got that song stuck in my head now, thanks to the Contraption King. Or no, not the Contraption King, right? That's not the name of it, is it? Yes, it is, the Contraption King. Okay. I was gonna be like, that would be really embarrassing if I got that wrong. Holy crap. Okay. Oh, the Fine Bros. That's right. They'd be not happy. They'd be very sad. Very, very not happy boys. Or they'd be sad bros, not fine bros. All right. All right. Why is this doing a big old fail now? Oh, that's probably why. Oh, the pictures on the Connect's website. Oh, if you don't know that much about Connects, then I would suggest looking at least of like Connect's instructions first, like looking at PDFs of like instruction booklets. Oh, that was close. Oh, Tittytron! Alright, so we're gonna get this eventually. Oh my gosh, did you see that, guys? I literally just zapped this thing off. Like, I hit it and it just popped right off. That's crazy. Wow. Alright, so what's the super chat thing? Oh, you can donate if you wanted to. You can, like, donate money. Don't bother, though. I don't have a use for it. What is the theme of this clip? Another great question that I totally have not answered before. I'm kidding. It's okay. I don't know yet. The idea involves a Connects chain that sort of launches along here and then slides along. In terms of what suggestion I'm using, I don't know yet. The way I've sort of been going about this Screenlink is making whatever I want to make, and then sort of at the last minute when I'm adding connections and transitions and stuff, that's when I'll add in the requirements of someone's suggestion. So in this scenario, actually, I'm going to just go ahead and I'm just going to use Taikamuna's suggestion, which was to use magnets, which I've already done. Magnets. Ta-da! So I've already fulfilled the requirements, but I didn't go about building this trick because of that suggestion. I went about building this trick and then sort of looked at what the requirements are, and I was just like, oh, I could just use that one, the magnets one. That'll work. Oh my God, Blue Crabs, you've now donated, I think, over $10 to me today. Combined with the last failed stream. Are you going to make a clip using your suggestion? I believe I have it in my list. I've seen it, but what does it donate to? It donates directly to the live streamer, so it donates directly to me. It's basically giving me money so that you can have your comment pinned. YouTuber, that is true. Let's see, what was your suggestion, Teddytron? I have it in my list here. If it loads. There we go. I remember what yours was. It was using an old toy from your childhood. Yes. I'm using that one for the intro clip, actually. I have an idea. I have a very specific idea that I'm going to use for it. Do you lose money? Yes, you do. If you donate money, you lose money. Oh, hello. Hello, Evan. Yes, I lose money, but that's okay. Money's not the one thing that you need for living a good life or anything, and I can just throw it away to some random YouTuber. Oh no, Black Panther dies in Infinity War. That's super sad, and also questionably true. I have no way of knowing. Alright. See, here's the thing. Oh, what toy am I using? I'm going to use a gyroscope. And I'm going to use it I'm actually going to use it as like the very, very beginning. So like I'm actually going to reach into the frame, pull the string, and then put the gyroscope onto like its little pedestal thing. I'm thinking, possibly. And then that's going to do something else. But that's so, because I don't know how to pull the string inside the machine. Like, I don't know how to make a machine that actually pulls the string hard enough to actually make the gyroscope work. So I'm thinking it'll just be like the beginning clip, which would work because it's like an interesting little beginning part. What kind of gears should you get? You should get the big yellow ones, the medium ones, and the small ones. I can show you what they look like. So these are probably the most useful. And then these are also quite useful. These are the ones that work with the connects chain. And then, be careful, they might not be blue. I don't think they sell blue ones anymore. But this is the third size to get. So these three, if you want to take a screenshot right now, you totally can. These are the three sizes to get. I'll switch them all. I'll put them all in the right orientation here. These are the three sizes that you should probably get. These are going to be the most useful for you. Alright. Oh, we haven't even seen that Infinity War. Okay. Are we looking forward to more live streams of these in the future? Potentially. I definitely, I've been doing live streams for a while. I've been doing them, for various projects for many years now. But in terms of, for this project, for this video, I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe. But I think maybe the next live stream with me in it will be the one for CDM, potentially. Yeah, this is tough. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. It's going to be, the giant ones are sold out? What? Oh, that's stupid. And that was not nearly strong enough. I got this on like my second try, but I can't get it anymore. That was close. Maybe I should leave it like this. What the heck? Whoa. Maybe I can just use these. I honestly have no idea how I'm going to be able to make this go fast enough for it to work. That was so close. How come that didn't work? Really? It's not working anymore. Maybe try making the rod and test it with that first. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up having to do that. I just don't know how fast I'm going to be able to make that thing go. Okay, now it's going too high. Now it's too high. Okay, too high. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted to see. And then, potentially, this will pull it around, and then now we can have an actual chain going. There we go. So, proof of concept. It works. How many tries did that take? 20 something? So if I can get an actual rod to go that fast, my estimate is it'll only take around 20 to 30 tries for this thing, for the whole machine to work. Given the fact that the rest of the connections and everything are also reliable. Which is a big if. Alright. So, we've got this down. Now I'm going to make the rod that actually pulls the thing. So, yeah, let's do that. I also won't need the rest of these, so we can actually get rid of these. So you can probably cut it off here. Probably won't need those. I'm going to make something that holds these down here. That should be very easy to make. I just need. What do I need? What do I need? Something that holds these. But what? Just use that giant weight structure used in the most. Oh God. I mean, yeah. The problem is securing it, right? Because it's going to be something that slides along the rails. I'm trying to think of what I could actually use, though. Yeah, this just has to be secured down here, so that's not hard to do. I know what I'm going to probably do for that. I dropped everything. Oh, FMA machines. Heyo. I recognize you from the suggestions on the video, the JOAS suggestion video. I have your idea in the list, and I'm actually really excited to use it. It's the one about the gears that goes on the rails and then slides in and completes a gear chain. That one's gonna be really cool. I think I'm definitely gonna use it. It might be one of the ones I make soon, actually. I just need to figure out a way to secure this little dude down here. Yeah. So, Do I listen to Japanese EDM? That's a thing? No, I don't. I mean, unless you're talking about... No, never mind. Well, Japanese EDM. I mean, is that like a subgenre of K-pop? Because I absolutely can't stand K-pop. This should be a very simple project, or a very simple problem that I'm trying to solve right now. And that happens to me occasionally, where I just like, I run into a complete roadblock on something that I really don't think should be that difficult. And that's a sign that I really need to just take a step back from the project, or from the problem that I'm working on. But I can't because it's a live stream, LOL. Oh, actually, you know what? It actually has a very simple solution. Never mind. What am I doing? Hopefully this works, though. Oh, no. Nope, it don't. It do not do a work. Oh, well. I will do something else. This should work, though. Okay. It's definitely not a subgenre of K-pop I despise as much as you do. Oh, you despise K-pop as much? Okay. That's good to hear, I guess. I'm not alone. So this is how I'm going to secure this end. This end's going to be secured like this. I just need to glue that down. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm actually making more progress on this clip than I ever expected to, because usually on live streams I don't get a lot done. But this is actually pretty good. I mean, this whole rail system underneath is not something I was expecting to have to make, but as a result, I think it's actually working out better than what I was going to make. I came up with the idea but couldn't find a way for me to actually make it work. Oh, well, you are giving the idea to trustworthy hands, I must say. I have an idea, and I think I know exactly how I want to make it work. I'm probably going to have it like rotate down and actually do a bunch of twists along the way too. Possibly have it do like that thing that you see with, like, a lot of times people will put a track on two cars and have it slide down a board and have it rotate around. Like it'll hit obstacles on one side, which will like rotate it. So I want to do that with rails, where it'll actually go down the rails, and it'll like rotate and then go down them again, rotate again. A couple other ideas like that. I haven't really figured it out 100%. But yeah, I've got some cool ideas for that. Okay, so now this is secured. Now this is what launches. This goes over here. I could probably put barricades over there. So maybe let's try something. Let's try 2 of these on both sides. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so I added spacers on that side, and I just have to add spacers on this side. Let's see, what time is it? It is 6:30. I'm probably going to have to go very soon, but I do want to get at least another good test run of this part working, so you guys can see where we're leaving off. It's also a sort of good thing that I didn't finish it completely, because spoilers. Anyway, will there ever be another season of Fail Factor? That's a good question. The answer, I think, ever? Probably. Yeah, probably. Soon? That's another question. It's not going to be soon. The absolute soonest it could possibly be is like December, like November, December of this year. And that's really pushing it. That's like the earliest estimate of all time. Like the chances of that are very slim anyway. And if it's not then, I don't know. It might not actually happen until many years. I mean, it was a lot of work over a course of like over a month. Oh, well, I guess in terms of even the preparation time, it was probably over the course of like 2 months. And if we did it again, we'd want to make it a little bit longer anyway. But it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you don't really see. Because we can always pre-prepare the machines. We can always make 6 or whatever many machines ahead of time. Like, that's not the big deal. The big deal is keeping track of all the points, making a new video every week for 7-8 weeks. Keeping track of all the points, like I said, spreadsheet management, doing all the calculations for everything, actually scheduling times that we can call, and like video calls so we can make the video together, and then obviously there's editing, adding in all that. So it's tough. It's tough to do a video every week for like 7 weeks straight, because then you basically have no time to do anything else. And that's a really long, extended period of time that I don't really have because I'm in college a lot. Most of the time, actually. And when I'm in the summer, I want to spend time doing actual building projects instead of just stuff that's more editing based and like keeping track of a spreadsheet based. So it's really tough. But it's such a good idea for a series, and it was so fun to do. And people seem to really, really like it a lot. That it would be a shame if it never came back, I think. And it has the potential to grow. It definitely has the potential to grow. Same with the Domino Machine Awards show. That was good in 2016. It had the potential to be way better in 2017, and we made it way better. And same with Fail Factor. I feel like Fail Factor was good back when we did it. Must have been maybe 2016. I don't remember. But it wasn't the greatest that it could be, right? And I feel like it has the potential to be great. So I do want to try it again at some point, but not soon. Is there another builder style that you like other than yourself? I could talk about Joel, the Invention 11, for hours. Oh my God. And I don't just mean like he's another builder I like. He's the one builder that I want to be. Like I envy his style so much. I love the stuff that he makes. It's unbelievable. Alright, Domino Studios, I will see you later in the next stream, maybe. Hopefully in the comments section of this video once it's up. Anyway, yeah, the Invention 11 is unbelievable. Incredible. His style is what I consider to be the most enjoyable building style on YouTube, even more than my own style. I went through a period of maybe 3 months ago or so, I think it was when I was making Kern Center Machine, it was before that, when the only thing I wanted to make was something that the Invention 11 would do. Like, I was basically trying to make the Invention 11 style tricks. And I wasn't even happy with my own style of building because I was trying to be so much like him and trying to envy his style so much. And eventually I kind of got over that. I started to kind of, I really started to kind of figure out my own style a little bit more at that point. But I did go through a period of, like, nothing I made was actually making me happy. Like, I was making things, but I wasn't really happy with them. Because I was like, no, but this isn't the kind of stuff that I enjoy watching the most. And even still, I'd say I enjoy watching the Invention 11 tricks more than I enjoy watching my own tricks. But for different reasons. I think there's things that I enjoy about my own tricks, there's things that I enjoy about his tricks, and at this point I'm sort of kind of over it. But his style is far and away the best style that there is of machine building. He is a better machine builder than I am. And I stand by that completely, and I don't think that's ever going to change. I don't really even want it to change, because if it did, that would mean that I have no one else to look up to. Honestly, he is... I can't even put it into words. It's incredible. The kind of stuff he makes is unbelievable. It's just everything's so clever. Everything's so well done. Everything looks so clean. He and I have a lot of similarities, but we also have a lot of differences. A lot of differences. He has... the way his mind works, it allows him to do a lot of really, really amazing things. He has this style that just, he'll do stuff that you think are impossible, and he'll just try it anyway. And that's how a lot of his tricks came to be. I mean, like a lot of the video concepts too. He's working on one now that I won't say what it is because no one else knows what it is except me, I think. And it's just something that no one else would have done. What people often say about my machines is that, wow, you came up with something that I didn't even think of. That's amazing. And I say, that's great. But what Joel does is even better. He does things that you think of, but then immediately say, no way, that's impossible. And that's really, really cool to me. That's awesome.
Because he'll take an idea that I've thought of before and then immediately disregard it as way too hard or impossible. But he'll do it. He'll make it possible. He'll do it and pull it off, and it'll be unbelievably cool. And that's what I absolutely love. And the concept that he's doing now for a video is exactly one of those ideas. It's probably something that someone has thought of, but then immediately was like, oh my god, that would be so much work. It would be way too hard to keep track of. That would be just impossible. But then Joel's just like, how about I do anyway? You know, and that's amazing. That's amazing to me. Okay. Anyway. Do you come up with names for your tricks? I do not, usually. There are some that stick out, like the main ones, but most of the time, no. I don't try to. I don't go out of my way to make names for the ideas. I mean, I have names for the very, very basic building blocks of machine tricks, like auto tilt, zigzag board, balance swing, zip line, stuff like that. And some of my other, like one of the tricks from Bet Losing Machine, that first one at the beginning, the uphill booster, the balance swing track. I don't have a name for that, But no, I don't go out of my way to come up with names. And the last question here that I'll answer, I do have to go soon for dinner, is from I'm Just Weird. When is the next stream? I don't know. I'm probably not going to do one for this video. I do want to keep it secret for the most part. I'm kind of letting you guys in on a little bit of a sneak peek for this one. But for the most part, I want to keep it mostly spoiler free. So I will keep the other ideas secret. But yeah, maybe the next project that I do, definitely. Actually, I do have an idea for the next project that I want to do, and it's not really something that I want to keep secret necessarily. I'm definitely open to doing live streams during that one. So yeah, it might be next month or the month after that. Usually, that's pretty typical for when I do live streams. So I guess to wrap things up here, thanks for coming in, guys. I really appreciated it. I got a lot of work done, way more than I expected. And yeah, the video should be out mid to late July. I want to get 5 clips done. This is number 4. I want to get this one and then another one done before the 16th of June, which is when I leave for CDM. I'm there for a week or so, and then I come back. So I have another couple days at the end of June to make another clip, and then I have another 4 to make, or another 5 to make when I get back. So hopefully that'll be around mid-July or late July is when the video's up. And that's what I'm aiming for. And then after that, I have another project, so I'm booked throughout the summer. But thanks for coming in, guys. Expect the video up near the end of July. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks for all your suggestions. Thanks for having a great time in the comments. I appreciate it. But yeah. Thanks for coming in. I have a cool machine idea. I'm sorry. Oh, well, you show up now. Come on. This is a new person we get now. It's 6:38, a minute before I'm ending the stream. All right. Well, thanks for coming in. I'm Jack of All Space 98. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and ring that bell. I don't know. See you guys.